Alright, so why don't we start off with a little summary of what happened last time? Last time was a combat session, so you went back to the location of the White Beast that was near Luan. You stole part of its neck juice, and then you ran away. And I'm pretty sure that was basically all that happened last session. Last session was a very quick and dirty combat. Am I forgetting anything? Did anything else of note happen? Octavia told Archibald to take all his clothes off. I do remember.
Oh God, no!
No.
Not like that! Not like that! Whoever is
had-
listening to this for posterity, not like that.
Has it says in my notes, Val has Archibald's cloak to be cleaned because even a continent away can't escape being a janitor.
So
Oh.
true.
True.
Oof.
For sure, King.
All right, but yes, I believe aside from that, nothing of importance really happened. You got what you needed, and you got out. So now you guys are. Oh, what's that?
Mauled.
What?
I got horribly mauled.
You got horribly mauled.
Yeah.
Yep.
Who didn't? A lot of you, but I think as long as you lived, right?
We
Exactly
learned
what I said.
that accidentally Sam made one of the. This is my guess, and I don't know. I haven't watched
Oh.
Arcane yet, but you.
Oh no,
Did
that's not for
something-
this campaign. That's for something
Okay.
else.
Okay.
That was a different thing.
Whoopsies.
What?
Don't worry about it, King.
What?
Oh God, what was I about to say? Oh, you guys are all camping. You guys are all camping now, correct?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
So, it is midday, I believe I said. You guys are sitting on the side of the river bank. You're all getting your tents and stuff out. It's not quite ready to sleep time yet. But you don't really think it's probably a good idea to continue moving on. But yeah, everyone's just kind of doing their own thing now. They're all just kind of sitting around. Gare is maybe still like looking a little bit frazzled. He hasn't quite let go of his sword yet in a way that makes people comfortable. He's sort of standing off to the side, but everyone else is, taking deep breaths and just getting comfortable for the day or for the night, I suppose. So that is where you guys all are at the moment. What's everyone up to?
I have a thing that I would like to do, but it might take a moment, and it would be with an NPC. So if our player characters want to do something first, I welcome them to do that.
No, Octavia just like once she puts up her tent, she's gonna go inside and change. She doesn't.
Archibald.
Yeah.
Oh, go.
Sorry.
No, continue.
No, go ahead. That's what she's gonna do. She needs to clean her clothes because she fell in the river.
Yeah. Archibald is just lying face down in a patch of grass. That's it.
Aww.
Stunning.
That's the whole bit. Yeah. So it's evening. So.
It's
No, it's
it's like
midday.
noon. It's like maybe noon.
Oh, noon. Oh. Then he's sunning. Sure.
He's getting the lizard
Face
blood
up.
flowing. What's everyone else up to? What's Edwin up to?
Yeah, I was about to say it. Sure, do you want to do?
I feel like I had something that I wanted to do, but I've completely forgot it, so I was gonna let Dwyer go ahead and see if I can
Edwin
remember.
is thinking about what he wants to do.
Yeah.
Do it.
All right,
Okay.
Valente, you're up.
Awesome. I was trying to tell Trikey that's why you got to write it down, but my mic, the second I would try and say a real sentence instead of just making noises, it's like, no, I only want to hear your noises to see if I'm picking up what you're saying. And then the moment I do, and you're saying something for real, I will not do it anymore.
Oh no.
So, Val will clean the cloak later. Archibald seems like he doesn't really need it right now. He's having a moment. So Val is going to walk up to Gare slowly and also trying to stay in his line of sight the whole time, so it's not like he's sneaking up on Gare or anything. He's just walking in front of him
Uh-huh.
and goes, hey, there's something I wanted to talk to you about. Probably not in front of everyone, not because like it's like a secret, but just like I don't think you're gonna be the most forthcoming. Like you just might want to talk about it privately. It's whatever. It's not a big deal. You're not in trouble. I'm not mad. It's a question. Yeah.
Gare is going to look at Val with a he still isn't shaking himself off, but now he's definitely distracted by whatever the hell you've just presented in front of him. So he's gonna give you like that look of like he doesn't trust what you're saying. It definitely sounds like he's in trouble based on just his ideas of what come talk to me in private means. He doesn't really look like he wants to move unless you give him more information. He's sort of like squints at you, gives you a little side eye.
I'm just asking you a question, and you might have a personal answer, you might not, and you're already pretty closed off, so I don't want to make you uncomfortable.
He is going to take his hand off of the hilt of his sword, and he's gonna just like look around at the camp where everyone else is distracted by other such things. People are putting up their tents and getting that vitamin D on the grass. Archibald. So he is just gonna like quickly nod over his shoulder at where there's like a small patch of trees by the water.
Over there.
What was that?
Assuming he followed. Val will walk over there. I assume he's doing that as well.
Yeah, he's gonna sort of skulk behind you, like someone who very, very much thinks they're in trouble.
He's older than her. Sorry.
he's nervous.
Aw.
He's grumpy.
Yeah, that's true. So when I get to like a good enough place that just basically whatever either of them says couldn't be overheard unless someone was like came up to them or something. Val like isn't looking at him or anything because she feels like eye contact would make this either too personal or too intimidating, and that's not what she's trying to do. She's so good at being intimidating, and she's so bad at not being intimidating, and so she's trying very hard. And she says, "What? Look, I know that this situation. Well, okay. You, out of everyone here, I know why everyone is on this mission. Because I even know technically why you are here. But I wanted to ask you if there was anything you wanted to get out of this that we weren't already going to do. And if so, I wanted to advocate to do that. Possibly even, I won't even say that that's what you want to do. I'll just say that I want to do that instead. Because I feel that it's, if you're going to be stuck with us and be putting your life at risk, I feel that it's only fair that, your wants and needs are met just as everyone else's are. If there's anything I can do to help with that, I would like to be able to do that.
As you're talking to him and as you're like explaining what you're thinking, you can see that Gare, like whatever he was thinking you were about to say to him, obviously he was in the wrong because he visibly like he relaxes a little bit. He like calms down, his jaw unclenches, and he's just like takes a quiet sigh of just like, oh, okay, no, it's fine, and then he's just gonna say, I'm just here because I was told to be here. The only thing I want out of this is to get home safely and as soon as possible. You're free to let me go. You can let me go home if you want. He says that, looking kind of sarcastically.
Val, laughed. And, she isn't a huge laugher. She'll chuckle, but she, laughs, and it's kind of loud and a little grating, because I love giving OCs just the most annoying laughs. And she goes, unfortunately, with this ragtag group of idiots, and I'm including myself in that, the more people we have, the less likely one of us is going to end up dead. And as much as I came on this just so I wouldn't die of chemical inhalation back in Kadain,
Fuck.
I would like to see all of us make it out, but it looks like she's, and then she like puts a hand out like she's about to pat him on the shoulder, and then she remembers that like he doesn't, he's pretty close off, so she just kind of lets her hand hang there for a second and then folds her arms again. And like it's a really awkward move, but like she's so used to being awkward that like she doesn't look awkward about it. She just kind of lets it happen, and then goes, "I'll do my best to get you home as unscathed as possible."
Gare isn't really going to react to you almost touching him, but he is going to just like solemnly nod his head and be like, well, if you'd sent me home, they probably would have sent me right back, so this is the best I can ask for. I would prefer if everyone also stayed alive. It's uncomfortable watching children, and then he just kind of like nods over his shoulder where like Amalthea is sitting by what is going to be a campfire in a few hours, but is now just a bunch of wet logs.
Val snorts and says, "Yeah, yeah." And then what was the thing she said?
Ooh.
Nope, nowhere. Nope, nothing in my head. Great job, memory.
No thoughts, head empty.
This is why I wrote this down. So Val's gonna say, yeah. Great. Thanks for hearing me out. I know that this was kind of weird, probably.
Gare is going to agree with that. He's just gonna nod and then turn around.
And then that's that.
Walk back to camp. Alright, Edwin, have you remembered what you wanted to do?
No, unfortunately.
Edwin is still just staring into the distance, 1,000-yard
Yeah.
stare. Alright, then if no one has anything else they'd like to do, the rest of the day will proceed calmly and normally. Eventually it comes around to evening. How many blood did you get last time? Wow,
I mean,
I
you
phrased
get
that
three
badly.
when you-
3 blood. Let me actually.
Which means you have. Hold on. Let me look at
enough
my-
for one panacea.
You have enough for one. Are you
'Cause we have
giving
Monster
that
Blood
to
5.
Godfrey to do his business?
I mean, he's the one that harvested it, so he's got it.
Yeah.
I mean, you could tell him not to. Hey,
But
I want that blood for other reasons.
you haven't given us any game reasons that he needs the blood for other reasons. But okay, yeah, he can make it if he wants, as long as it keeps.
Yep, it keeps infinitely as far as gameplay goes.
Cool.
Alright, he is going to make one panacea. So I'm going to add that to his inventory.
The concept of it not keeping is upsetting, actually.
Yeah.
Expired blood.
Mm.
Yum.
Okay. Hold on. Let me just change the records on my end to show that that was done. I believe... Does anyone else have blood in their inventory? Anyone else?
Nope.
There's one on
No.
me.
Okay, that doesn't
Don't.
count, King.
Not this. Not
That
this special
will-
blood.
Val will gesture with the cloak to Octavia and be like, "Let's go clean everything," and then also ask if anyone else wants anything cleaned.
Yep. Anyone
and then-
else?
Has this giant sack of just cleaning supplies that.
And Octavia's like, was that all on garlic?
Garlic is Val was like, yeah, Garlic's a very capable and strong horse.
Oh. Okay. Cool.
It's not like it's heavy. It's like soap.
It's like a bar
Soap
soap.
can be heavy, like a cake of soap. It's pretty sturdy. Oh well.
Because unfortunately, I don't think in Fire Emblem they have you know,
Oh yeah.
L'Oreal hair conditioner or whatever the fuck. I think it's just
They just
soap.
got bar soap, yeah.
I think they got soap and then they got maybe like detergent flakes and then
Yeah.
like bleach.
Yeah.
Yum.
And mud.
Yeah.
Don't forget the mud.
The mud is not a
King,
cleaning
no.
supply.
They're
Mud
gonna
is
dip
not a
you in the
cleaning
river.
instrument.
Edwin probably also gives his like cloak to Val.
I believe
He's
Amalthea.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Amalthea and Gare did not see combat, and Godfried is going to turn down your offer because he has to just like take a bath later. So he's just gonna deal with that all then.
There. Then, okay, yeah, Octavia goes with Val to start getting clean stuff. Octavia has already taken off her armor. She just has like simple clothes on and takes out her basically what she wears like as pajamas. That's what she's wearing right now. Because that's what she
Got her jam.
Yeah, Val actually also didn't see combat, so he's like completely clean.
Yeah, Octavia is just like she didn't really see combat.
Actually,
much
no, that's not
safer.
true. That's not true because he rescued Archibald, and so like one
Oh,
side
yeah,
of his armor
blood.
is just
You're
covered in all the
covered.
shit was covered in
You're
Archibald.
covered in me.
Yep.
Oh gosh.
He's covered in Archibald. So
That's no.
luckily though, because of the way his armor is situated, he can just like take off the chest plate and that's like basically all that got dirty and gross, and so he can just
Mhm.
keep his under leather shirt on or whatever the fuck it is.
Nice.
So yeah, they can go clean, and Val's got chemicals.
Nice. We don't care about the environment here. We care about clean.
It's probably natural. They don't have industrialized chemicals yet.
okay.
Clean. It's just olive oil and lye.
Yeah, you put
that'll
that
be
in.
fine.
It's fine.
That's fine. Okay, so do we need to roll for that, or are we just gonna?
No,
clean?
you can just clean your stuff. I assume you know how to do laundry. You don't have to roll
Yeah.
to do laundry good.
No.
If I don't think with the janitor they'd have to roll to learn to do laundry. This is
No.
I'd
I'm
maybe
doing
make
it
I'd maybe make Archibald roll to do laundry, but all the rest of you, I assume, are fine.
Yeah.
Good, he chooses not to.
Oh, you must smell.
Just watch until
Interesting.
Archibald finally makes a laundry roll and he gets a 1.
One, he burns
Oh,
his
yeah.
clothes.
Val.
Oh, no.
Val gets paid to do this. If she didn't know how to do laundry, that'd be upsetting.
Yeah. Octavia has cleaned before. Octavia knows how to do laundry. She does.
All right, so you two are down by the river doing your laundry. Are you guys doing anything else? Or are you just doing your laundry and come right back? Chatting.
I guess. Yeah, just chat.
I'm just chilling.
Just chilling?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Chilling and chatting.
Your laundry mission is a riveting success. By the time you come back, Godfried has made his panacea, which is just kind of like sitting on the ground next to him. Amalthea is cooking something indistinguishable over the fire. You can't tell whether it's meant to be eaten or just burned. And Gare's in his tent.
Yeah. Val walks right over to Amalthea and says, "What you got there, kid?"
She's gonna hold her stick up and she's gonna say, "I found a rat."
Fuck yeah.
You want some?
Did you debone it first?
It's better with the bones. It's healthier.
Marrow is good for you.
Yeah, it's protein.
Marrow is good. Okay, yeah. What about the fur? Did you remove the fur?
She's gonna sit there, eyes just kind of distance for a moment. She's like, "Oh, whoopsie."
Yeah.
Well, it burned off,
okay.
so it's probably fine, right?
Yeah, it's probably fine. It's fine.
Val pulls Amalthea's hair and goes, if you... One rat's good for 2 people. I'll see if I can't find something for myself. But thanks, kid.
You're welcome. If you ever want me to cook a rat for you, I can cook a mean rat. This is what we eat all the time back home.
Val nods, like, very seriously, and then goes, I think I could probably teach you how to do it better.
How do you know how?
Without the fur, Octavia
Oh,
does
yeah, I
do a
forgot about
comment.
the fur.
The fur.
Yeah.
To be fair, I usually remember.
Okay, you've had a long day.
I've had a long day. I'm very tired. And she
2
takes a
p.m.
slow bite out of the front of the rat. I don't think I've ever been this
Amazing.
tired in my life.
It's 2 p.m. and you didn't see combat.
Oh, my heart was going so fast that whole time.
This is also not the first time we fought a white beast. I'm very confused why everyone's reacting so terribly.
I think it's because we didn't have much adrenaline as last time. Last time was a surprise. This time we went into the lair willingly.
It's so much harder when you know it's coming. Because then you know what to expect. I didn't even know what a white beast was the first time. It could have just been like a gecko. And across from her at the fire, Godfrey's just gonna like look up, but not say anything. He's just gonna have a look on his face like, a gecko? Yeah? That's what I said it was?
What kind of geckos live here?
Amalthea holds up her hand. Her fingers are separated, maybe like 4 inches. She says, that, like this big, that kind.
Oh. Okay, so it's pretty much the same.
Val
Okay.
is making whatever the exact same expression Godfrey is making, because they were hired by him to help him with the white beast stuff, and so the implication that they were hired to do with geckos is making him lose, like, she's losing her mind right now, silently. But she goes, yeah, I guess I might just have really, really bad concept of what scares me these days.
What does scare you, Val? Oh, I'm sorry, is that a personal question? And Amalthea's gonna like cover her mouth.
I was like, I don't care. And goes, plague.
Oh. Yeah. I mean, I've gotten sick a couple times. It's not fun.
I've burned 3 of my family members due to sickness.
She does not respond to that one. She just kind of
Octavia's like, hey kiddo, can you show me where I could find some rat?
Sure. I found a little nest of them, and then she's gonna get up from the fire real quick. She's still holding a rat stick. She takes another tentative bite out of the front of it, and she's going to lead you not so far from the tent that you can't see everyone, but enough that you're now, excuse me, mostly out of earshot.
Yeah, that's how I, Dwyer, intended that to come across.
Fair. That's fair. And Octavia's like, hey, let's get her mind off of that.
What?
It's fine. I'll tell you later. Fine.
Everyone else, who else is here? Edwin, are you here?
No, I didn't go with to laundry, probably.
No, you're no longer at laundry. This is at camp.
Oh, okay, then yes.
You're here. Is Archibald
Yeah.
still in the grass
How
nearby?
how long have they been doing all this? Like
It's been
everything's
maybe 2 hours since you first set up camp. So it's
None of
like,
you have seen
today.
Archibald move. He has been face down in the same position
Oh
as
my
far as you
God,
know
he's dead.
for like 2 hours.
Okay.
As far as Val's aware, dragons do that. Like, the only dragon Val knows anything about is Naga, and like Naga's voice, who was said to like sleep forever. So she's like, yeah, dragons do that. She's not worried.
It's just little dragon things.
Octavia's just like, he's acting like a snake right now. It's fine.
He's dead. But yes.
Absolutely mostly dead.
DM says, nope, he's dead.
No, he's dead. No, he's alive. I promise. Alright, so the rest of you remain by the fire. Val, you get weird looks from I guess Godfrey's the only NPC around anymore. Garrett's still in his tent. You don't know what he's up to. He's probably asleep. But
Fucking tent.
no one else continues the line of questioning regarding plague on that end.
Val is very used to this happening when he talks.
Oh.
Val, you gotta self-assess, man.
What?
Ugh.
You cut out. I didn't hear the first half
I
of
said, Val, you gotta self-assess.
that.
Val, this keeps happening.
You need to remember that, like, straight up, Val basically hasn't had friends for 20 years.
Oh.
So, she's like, oh yeah, this used to happen back when I was a trainee. And, like, hasn't talked to anyone in depth for 20 years, so she thinks this is fine. She's like, yeah, this is talking, right? Right?
It
And everyone's
sure
like,
is.
no.
It sure is, Val. But yes, would anyone like to do anything before I conclude the day and send you all to bed?
Octavia and Amalthea come back with like much more dead rats to cook.
Bunch of dead rats.
We
Thankfully,
got dinner. Fresh.
Thankfully, none of them look diseased or anything. These do look like just
No,
normal
Octavia
field
checked.
rats.
Octavia would check.
Amalthea would not have checked.
I know. This is why Octavia is checking.
Good work,
This is
Octavia.
why Octavia and Val are basically the actual adults. Garrett's the absentee father who went to go get milk. And then
Oh
come back.
no!
No! Haven't we already said, based on the jokes of the family gang portrait, that Godfried is the weird absentee father? Of Edwin.
Edwin's absentee dad.
Oh,
That does
boy.
experiments on him like the family dog.
Oh no.
Archibald is the family dog.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
No, she's right. She's right.
They no to that one and I just laughed.
All right. Would
Yeah.
anyone like to do anything before I asleep you or nighttime you?
Approximately after they come back with the rats, and get, I want to say, an hour and a half into the process of cooking, and everyone's sitting around eating, and like the end of dinner when they're all getting ready to go to bed, Archibald just sort of sits bolt up. Well, how does he sit bolt upright? He's lying face down. I don't know.
He flops.
His head. Yeah,
He
his
doesn't-
head. He just
dog.
kind of. What's that one yoga pose where you're like,
Upward facing dog.
Upward facing dog,
Sure.
King.
oh wow, that's fitting. But
Oh
just,
no.
yeah, no, just sort of like rises up real suddenly and like just sort of looks up confused and sniffs once or twice audibly. I can't sniff loud enough for my mic to pick it up, so I'm not even gonna try. But just to the room at large goes, someone cooking rats?
We
Yeah.
cooked rats.
Are there any left?
You
Val,
missed dinner because you
did
didn't
hold
wake
it.
up.
No, Val held on to one for him.
Okay, it's cold. You gotta
Ugh.
reheat it.
That's so gross.
Archibald like half crawls, half like skitters over, and just sort of like takes the rat, just like looks at it, just like eating an apple, just nom.
This dirt covered man scuttling across the ground like a Silent Hill monster.
Val
Like-
looks at him and goes, "Your cloak is clean, so don't do whatever the fuck you just did after I cleaned it in it, please.
Thank you. Through the mouth.
You're
of the rat.
welcome." And then Val goes to bed.
All right. At some point. Oh no, you first.
I'm going to have, if it changes your plans, I'm sorry, but I
No,
want
that's fine.
to have Archibald stay up kind of later, because he's been sleeping for several hours through like, well,
Conveniently,
actually,
I
about
was gonna
half the
give
day.
you the first watch for the night.
Well, shit, we had the same idea. Cool.
Amalthea goes to bed. Gare has not been seen in hours, presumed dead. And Godfrey goes to the river to get himself cleaned up finally. So Archibald is alone in front of the fire for not a couple hours, like an hour or two. But then, sometime during the night, you hear rustling around by the tents. Uh, and suddenly, Amalthea's little head pops out of the tent, and she squints out at to where you sit by the fire, and she says, "Who's that?"
Hey.
"Hey, Archibald, I have a question." And she's gonna meander out of her tent. She's wearing a very, like, strange outfit. She's wearing what seems to be, like, a nightgown, but it's way nicer than any of the other clothes she has. It's, like, pink, and it's got, like, frills at the top, and it's got lace on it. It's a little bit beat up, but it's definitely, like, not something you'd expect on a pirate. But she's gonna meander out of her tent. She's not wearing any shoes. She's now got mud all over her bare feet. Uh, she's gonna sit down next to you and she's gonna look at you like side eye a little bit. And she says, "Do you ever have weird dreams?"
Yeah, everyone familiar with that Futurama meme with Fry just squinting slowly at the camera?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Archibald's staring at the fire, just sort of slow turns his head, and his eyes just get. Why do you ask?
I keep having weird dreams. Not like, I mean, I guess they're scary in the moment, but then I wake up and they're just very silly and they don't make a lot of sense. Do you have weird
Well,
dreams like that sometimes? I can't stop thinking about it, so I can't go back to bed.
well, I think most people have weird dreams at some point in their life. Some weirder than others.
Like what? What do you dream about? What do dragons dream about? That's probably cool.
Ah, not quite as cool as you'd think.
Like what?
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I feel like if I told you what I dreamed about, it might just make yours worse.
She's gonna make like a little face at that, like, "Oh God, what are you dreaming about?" Before returning
I've
to
seen a
staring
lot
at
of
the fire.
I've seen a lot of stuff, kid.
Yeah, you're pretty old.
Yeah.
You sleep a long time. Do you dream the whole time that you're asleep?
Oh no, no.
Is it boring?
Uh, I mean, sleep is sleep. You know, you don't always. Sometimes I can kinda feel time passing, but not, you know, always. I know
Right.
I had family members who, and I guess a long time ago, dragons can sleep a long time. But I guess, I've always sort of been busy. I think I've never really. I know there's dragons out there who've slept for hundreds, thousands of years, maybe.
Wow.
I've never really gone more than a couple months, I think.
Couple
Too much going on.
months. Yeah, I feel
Wanna
like if I
explain how
slept for a
dreaming
couple months straight, then I would just miss everything.
Well, sometimes that's useful.
What were you saying, Dwyer?
I was just gonna say I want to explain how dreaming works so bad right now. If I were out here, we're like, well, actually, you only dream for about like 10 minutes a night, and the rest of the time you're just fully asleep, but your brain doesn't register the gaps.
Val lesson. Uh,
So, so, what have you been dreaming about that you're
uh,
up?
Amalthea's gonna like sit up straight on the log. She's gonna put both her hands like next to her. She's like kind of holding on to the wood for support, and she's gonna like scrunch her face up as if she's trying to remember. She's gonna say, I mean, it's a little fuzzy now, but I had a dream where I was in a school. I was late for class and I'd forgotten all my things. I don't remember the details, but it's weird because I've never been in a school in my life. I don't even know what the inside of a school looks like, but I know it was a school.
Oh, what
Nothing
did this?
bad happened. It was just strange.
Oh,
It was like a it looked more like a church, honestly. It was really big and there were lots of winding hallways and there were people everywhere. I think they were mostly dressed like Edwin. They had a lot of like robes and stuff, but I just remember running around and I had forgotten something back at my room or whatever, and I don't know, it was really stressful. I woke up all stressed and sweaty and I don't know. I
hey, DM note or DM question, Sam.
Hey, what's up?
Does that sound? What did the building? What the school we went to? What was that like? Is that
Uh
similar description?
yes, that would in fact be a similar description to Kadane.
Oh, and you say that you've never seen a school before, or never been to one?
I mean, I was outside the school in Luan, but that didn't look like it could be more than like 3 rooms and a hallway. This one was big. It was like a cathedral, maybe. Or what I imagine a cathedral to be like. I haven't been in one of those either. I don't get around too often. I don't
Huh.
have a horse.
Well, I don't know. I mean, somehow school's sort of been a, I don't know, recurring topic in the last few days. Well, with the whole, you know, I wave my hands in a vaguely dude exploding sort of gesture. I don't know.
Amalthea, remembering that you, in fact, were part of the group that went into the school, is going to scoot closer to you on the log, distracted by your hand movements. She's going to say, You saw it, right? You saw? What did it look like?
Well,
What was
the
in there?
school? The school? Or, like,
No, not the school, obviously. I want to know what happened to, I heard there was a lot of blood.
He was the one that told her there was a lot of blood, by the way.
yeah, this was me.
You don't have to chicken out on the details. I've seen it all. I'm a pirate, remember? She's gonna like wink at you, like really forcefully wink.
Oh god.
The only thing left of the dude was the bottom of his shoes.
Ugh. Did you take him?
No,
Oh, why not?
but I did poke him with a stick.
Gross. Was it
Yeah.
gooey?
Oh yeah, it was like stuck on like when you step in like not a pit of mud, but like when it's rained a little recently and the ground gets that like sticky feeling when you put your boots down on it.
Ew.
Yeah.
One time my friend, her name's Marie, she found this old thunder tome washed up on the shore and she decided she wanted to be a mage one day and then she spent the whole weekend shooting lightning bolts into the water and a bunch of fish exploded. Was it kind of like that? She hurt herself so bad, she had to like get a finger cut off.
Oh, that is unfortunate.
Eh, you win some, you lose some.
Yeah,
That's
she just
battle against fish.
yeah. I mean, if you're going to lose a finger to something, I feel like detonating fish is a worthy cause, right?
Definitely, definitely. But was it kind of like that?
Well, can't really remember the last time I exploded a fish or saw one exploded, but I would imagine similar. It was
Gross.
very, yeah. God, they can't have. And Archibald's sort of he's not exactly talking as directly to her during this next bit. He's like sort of getting lost in thought a little bit. It's like, man, that happened a while ago. It's like they just never really went back and cleaned up
Yeah,
for
that's
a
pretty
school building,
gross.
for a city. Yeah, I don't know. Why wouldn't they just go? Like, it's gross, but it's still a school. Why wouldn't you just go and?
To me, it sounded like they just kind of boarded the whole place up. Maybe they couldn't find another teacher because everyone was afraid they'd get exploded next. That's what all the fish did.
Huh? The fish boarded up the.
Well, they swam away, obviously. It's a metaphor, Archibald.
Archibald shrugs and a like. Well, you got me there. He's being facetious. He knows what fish are.
Theoretically.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe they're still looking for a teacher. Maybe the school just moved.
I don't know. There was another teacher at some point. There's definitely two. He and I'm gesturing over my shoulder vaguely in the direction of Godfrey's tattoos. He was in the there were two classrooms. He was in the one across from the one where, well, you know,
I wonder if he saw the explosion. That would be pretty gross.
I don't know. I don't think he did.
We should
He
ask
definitely.
him.
I mean, he definitely saw. Oh, okay. I don't. Oh, okay. Hang. I
Not
don't
like
know
right
about
now,
that.
obviously.
Yeah. No. Listen. Oh. Oh, I don't want to encourage something I should. Okay. So maybe just feel like we might both get in trouble for this. So I'm just gonna, you know me. I'm not all stuffy or whatever, but maybe, just maybe, don't go up to him and start asking him about the whole exploding teacher thing. He wasn't in the class, but I don't think that he felt really good after seeing that when we were in that school. He seemed a bit very, very messed up by it.
I mean, some people just can't
Don't
handle the
go.
sight of blood.
Yeah, at breakfast tomorrow morning, or just don't go run and ask him. It's like, hey, how did you know that your teacher exploded like that? I don't feel like that might not, you know, might make him feel bad,
Huh. Well,
and not even in a fun way, in a way that's just sort of bad for everyone.
yeah, well, I probably don't want him to stab me, so maybe I'll hold off for now, but I definitely want more answers.
Yeah.
Later.
Yeah.
At that, Amalthea is going to get to her feet, brush off her fancy little nightgown, and then give you a smile and say, well, I think I cleared my head. I don't even remember what the inside of that weird school from my dream looks like anymore. And then she pinches her brows and say, oh crap, now I do again. But then she shakes herself off and she nods her head.
As she stands up, I turned to her and say, hey.
Hi.
Did you see Octavia trip and fall in the river earlier today?
Oh my god, it was so funny.
Yeah, that was great, wasn't it?
Oh my god, she got mud everywhere.
Yeah. And my coat, I left. She was trying to she told me to take off my clothes. I left my coat on the riverbank and everything. I don't know what she was doing.
This was a Brand issue, not an Octavia issue. I forgot.
I tried to tell you.
I know.
Amalthea doesn't know who Rand is. Unfortunately.
This is me metagaming.
Yeah, this is going to. That's going to be Archibald's closer for my dialogue. I'll talk with her a bit about how talk with Amalthea a bit about how cool and hilarious that was.
Amalthea,
Oh, God.
Amalthea is happy to agree with all of your points. Yes, it was hilarious. Yes, she'd like to see it happen again.
Oh, no.
Yes, she'd like to push someone into a river next time.
And it should be Gare.
She doesn't know if she can get enough leverage to get Garen. He's a pretty big dude. He's solid.
I will help.
But she might be able to tip Edwin.
I promise to help. I promise to help
Definitely.
her with both. I promise to help her with Edwin if she helps me with Gare.
Oh my god.
You two shake on it, in the light of a dying fire. And something about this moment just feels so meaningful to both of you. You've established a powerful connection here. This is a blood bond now. Amalthea is going to, she's going to shake your hand. She is going to tell you goodnight, and she's going to make her way back to her tent. As she's rustling around, you can hear someone in one of the tents behind you. So, actually, it doesn't really matter who. You can hear someone rustling around the tent behind you, and then another voice makes itself known as Gare pokes his way out of his tent. He crawls forward towards the logs where you are sitting, and he ever so kindly reminds you that, first of all, you're very loud. Second of all, it's his turn to go on watch, so it doesn't matter if you're loud anyway. He's already up.
How much have you,
Gare, who is still not stood up, he's kind of, like, resting his, like, top half on the log, and then the rest of him is, like, behind you. He's just gonna, like, nod solemnly to himself, and he's got his chin resting on his arms, and he's gonna say, if you try to get me into a river without my consent, I will pull you in after me, and I will drown you.
you're not gonna tell the other kid about it though, right?
I'll drown her too.
No, God, no. I meant Jesus. I meant Edwin. What are you?
I don't care what you do to Edwin.
God, drown it. God, I want that's a kid. Come on.
Hey, don't push me in rivers. I don't like getting wet. And he's going to sit next to you on the log and sort of like make a shooing motion with his hands, like, all right, well, your job here is done. Goodbye.
All right. You want the there's like a third of this rat left. Do you want this for your watch, or like?
He considers the rat carefully. Is it a cold rat or is it a fresh rat?
No, it's the rat that Octavia gave me, or no, that Val gave me earlier.
It's probably starting to smell a little interesting.
Yeah,
so Gare is
like...
going to not immediately like throw it to the ground and scream at you, but he's gonna like make a little, his face twitches, and he's just gonna say, I think I've had my fill for the night.
Yeah, I know. This time I was.
Why do you people insist on eating rats? We have rations. We packed for this.
Fresh.
We're only a day or so out of the city. Why have you resorted to eating rats?
I'm a lizard. Honestly, I have no idea what's up with the rest of them. They have people food. I feel like I should be the lowest standards here, right? Like,
Gare like nods to himself, like, yeah, so true, King. He's not gonna fight you on that one, but he is, yes, going to say no to your kind offer of delicious rat.
Then I will go to bed.
All right. Does anyone else want to do anything during the nighttime before I wake everyone up and shove you in a direction? Or is everyone just sleeping their way through?
Edwin is having a fat nap.
Edwin is having a fat nap. Octavia's asleep?
Yeah, I think Octavia is asleep. If she doesn't get woken up by a nightmare or anything, she's probably gonna... And she's waiting for her clothes to dry. She hung them up, like, in between the little poles in her tent. They're hanging to dry, so basically she's just like, yeah, hopefully they'll be dry in the morning.
Oof. Valente, you're asleep?
Valente actually is kind of a light sleeper. From being an old person, because old people wake up really early all the time. But she's not gonna do anything about it. She's gonna wake up, hear what's being talked about, and then go, nope, and go back to sleep.
Valente catches the exact tail end of the conversation where Amalthea and Gare are conspiring to push some people, or
Excuse
Amalthea and
me.
Archibald are conspiring to push some people in the river. But she doesn't get anything more than that.
Archibald and Amalthea are saved from Octavia hearing them talk shit about her.
Honestly tragic because Val had seen the guy explode because of dreams. So if Amalthea asked him, he would be like,
Uh-oh.
"Oh yeah, I saw it, and this is exactly what happened."
Amalthea-
Everyone has to have weird dreams before we talk about it fully.
Everyone just becomes psychic for no reason.
Mhm.
Okay, so the sun rises after an rather uneventful night. You all get up, you gather around, you eat the remainder of your leftover rats, and you discuss where to go next. So Luan is just a short journey away, and then the last Crusader shrine that is marked on your map is to the north.
Val's gonna look at Godfrey and go, "Are these are all the ones you are aware of, correct?"
All the ones that are close by.
Okay. Just like after this, what's the? I'm thinking like, yeah, let's go to that one, sure. But then after that, then what's like the plan? You know?
Well, then we have to look for the Book of Naya.
Yeah,
up to
that's
you
the main
people.
goal. Are
Garrett,
there any ships that
well, if you're looking for a passenger vessel, they only come by the Luan port every couple of weeks to months, depending on the season. But I mean, I have a sailboat that can get us across to the Solis area, but it can't get us much farther than that.
I mean, yeah, that makes sense, but wait.
Him and goes, "How big is this sailboat?"
Godfrey does like a quiet head count. He says, "Yeah, you could all probably fit. We might have to keep Archibald on the floor."
I don't think he'd mind that. Completely.
Archibald is lying face down in the grass again.
Yeah, that's why Val like, looks directly at him and goes, "I think he will volunteer."
Put Archibald in the hold. There's no
Balance
hold.
things
There's
out.
no room for that. But yes.
So it could get us to Celeste over there, but do we want to take it to the other shrine instead? It seems like about the same distance
Oh,
at least.
there's a bridge.
Oh.
We can walk there.
Oh, that's right. I haven't played this game in too long.
It's okay. Forgivable.
It's hard. It just looks wet.
Yeah. Looks wet.
Okay.
I played this game, so you guys keep talking about map stuff, and I'm like, yeah, I definitely know the direction.
Yeah, it's because I like drew myself this little map and I didn't put the bridge on it, so it's past me's fault.
My character is old and from here, so I have the PNG of the map of Jugdral from genealogy on the speed dial at all times.
Nice.
Excellent. But yes, there is a bridge that leads to the island of Orgahil. There is no bridge leading to Solis, but apparently there's a boat. So,
Yeah.
or you could go elsewhere on foot. It's up to y'all.
I mean, technically, Solis is connected to land way to the east somewhere if you feel like
You
walking
wanna
around.
walk
the
through
entire...
Valhalla to get to the other side of Solis?
No.
I thought you said we should avoid the center of the continent.
Yeah. You know,
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna be entirely honest. I was just kind of being pedantic there because we were talking about it not happening. But you know what? I don't know why I brought it up. We shouldn't go there. You're right. Boat it is, or bridge,
All
or
right.
something.
So,
Octavia
players.
does like a slight grimace when she thinks about it because she was sick on the boat here.
Oh no.
Archibald sees the girl and goes, I was in prison.
Yeah, King. Got it.
Val gives Octavia just a pat on the back and goes, I can handle it.
And Octavia goes, he's like, Valley, I'm an adult. I can handle it if it happens. It's fine. It's fine. Thank you.
Godfrey is gonna make a face and say, if what happens?
Not all of us have our sea legs, okay? Let's just leave it at that.
You can't swim?
That's not
No,
what
I
that
can
means.
swim.
Oh, gross.
You're the one who. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Val
Naga's
goes,
tits.
no, it's really fine. I really like cleaning. I didn't become a I became a janitor, yeah, because I had issues. But like, I didn't do a job I hated. I was like, no, I was
I know you don't hate it. I know you don't hate it. I know you don't hate it, Val. I'm just like, I didn't live in Cadane. I'm not used to that. I don't want to
Well-
be used to that, really. This is why I helped you clean the
You might want to
laundry.
get used to it soon. The waters between here and Celise get rocky because there's a lot of small islands.
Oh.
The conversation had turned to me cleaning up after her, but thanks. And Val goes, I mean, I guess. It's just, I get it. I like being useful.
Val, you are totally useful. It's fine. You don't have to do that. And Octavia's now like a little bit flustered about it. It's like, it's fine. It's fine. Thank you though. And she gives like also kind of like, because she's flustered, like another awkward pat on Val's shoulder in return.
They're
This
connected.
is what conversation looks like, everyone. We're doing so great.
We're
Doing
doing
so
Well,
great.
so
well,
great.
So great.
While this is going on, Archibald, confused, just leans over quietly to Edwin's shoulder and goes, wait, Octavia's an adult?
Sorry, what did you say? I could just barely not hear you.
Octavia's an adult? Wait, I thought she was like, also, she's a student, no?
No.
No, I know. I should clarify. I know this. Archibald does.
Yes.
Oh, but she came.
Also, to be clear,
school.
I'm an adult.
Sure,
just
but
so
you're a student still, right?
Yeah.
Isn't she like, she's not your age? Ish?
I think she's older than me by a good bit. Not in a rude way, but like
Here,
she
doesn't look a
definitely
day
has
over
more
25.
lived experience than me.
Yeah, Edwin is 25. Octavia's, she hasn't kept count on her birthdays for a bit, so she knows she's between like 30 to 35 in between that point.
Oh yeah.
Oh God, God's ages are weird for humans.
Yeah.
Amalthea is definitely a child, right? Amalthea is
Yes,
a child.
Amalthea is a child.
Amalthea is a child. You're like a 20-something student. Apparently, Octavia's older than that.
Yes.
Gare, I don't even have to ask. Gare's old as hell.
That's so rude.
looks directly at Archibald and goes, how old do you think I am?
Oh, the most dangerous game.
Older?
Older than
Uh-huh.
who?
Most of the rest of the people here, except for me.
This is not a trap. I should clarify, or else it sounds like a trap. I am
Octavia was
genuinely
about to do like +4 rally speed, like better start running.
no. Val doesn't care about that. Val's genuinely curious about how old Archibald thinks he is.
Well, I clearly have to do some math here, because, God, if she's only like, if she's like actually 30 or so, what are you, like 50? 50?
Val nods satisfied and goes, "Yeah, I'm 48."
Ah,
Wait a minute, Dwyer. Sam speaking to Dwyer. Then you are not older than Gare.
Yeah, she knows she's not older than Garrett.
Oh, before I thought
you're
you said
younger
Val.
than Gare?
Val,
That's both me and Archibald at the same time.
50 hits different for all of us.
That's not really a mark against you. It's more a question of what the hell, what's up with him? Are you a dragon? To Gare again for like the second time this campaign. Are you also a dragon? Is this just a thing?
Gare's gonna pull like a disgusted face piece, say, "No, of course not." Amalthea is then going to point at him and say, "He just doesn't go outside."
Octavia does like does laugh at that. But she's also like in a genuine way when she, like, what's your skin routine, Gare? I'm curious.
Water, soap, not
Damn
blood.
it, you have all the luck.
Val finds this all like really, really funny, and is like smirking in like that. We're like, clearly this is so entertaining for him, and he goes, "Yeah, being a soldier and doing a lot of manual labor and being out in the sun quite frequently certainly hasn't helped my complexion."
You look fine, Val.
This wasn't. I thank you.
I mean, like, she knows, like, I know you're not fishing for compliments. Like, you look fine. You have good bone structure. It's good.
That looks very like not offended, but like startled that happened.
You got nice bones.
No, that's
Love
not.
that skeleton on
I
you.
need to remind you that like even his wife didn't compliment him physically very often, because the whole joke was like originally she didn't like him that much, and then the joke was that they pretended that was still the case even when they were married sometimes. And so, like, it's not that he thinks he's unattractive, it's just that he hasn't been complimented in a long time.
Oh,
So he just like wasn't expecting it. And so he just
like, this is the second time Octavia's like, no, like, you're attractive. It's fine. And she's not saying this at a point as flirting. She's like, yeah, I genuinely think aesthetically.
Val can tell that it's not flirting. If it was flirting, he would be really uncomfortable.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
significantly younger than him. He's just like not expecting it anytime it happens. So he has to like pause and go like, "Oh, thank you. Okay." He's very used to people calling him like a weird old man janitor, because everyone at the school thinks that he like committed a war crime.
And Val's kind of the point, like, Octavia's Octavia's the weird, because like she didn't live at Cadane. She never lived at Cadane. She only heard about Cadane through her brother's letters. So it's most of what she knew about Val going in was like exploits on points of that, not the rumor that asshole Arlen started.
Oh, you cut out.
No, actually, no, that's canon. Arlen got mad that Val made him clean up one of his messes. And no, that's what happened.
Yeah, I think that was the implied thing. yeah, so and especially because Arlie did, she's like, I don't give a fuck about what that guy says. I want to kill him.
Archibald was conveniently not around for that conversation a session or two ago about Octavia's backstory, so he's got no perspective on the whole anything going on here. Hence why he's like, "Wait, fuck, you're like 30? What the fuck?"
Yeah, that's true. We also had that conversation around that thing, and she's like, "Yeah, I tried to keep skincare."
Huh.
Bleach fumes don't do much for the skin. And he's kidding, but it doesn't look like he's kidding because he's so bad at conveying that.
It's fine.
Archibald gets it.
Oh no.
Oh.
Archibald in those bleach fumes. Oh, hi Facebook. Very cool. Get out of here.
Oh, dragon blood, bleach. Not that far off, I feel like.
Oh,
Ah,
yeah,
No,
your
I think
blood's
those are very
acidic.
far
Oh
off.
no.
Your blood's corrosive. I forgot.
only a little bit. And
How?
only-
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I think this bit has gone on.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
We're
should
the
stop.
bit's done. The bit's done.
It's dead.
The bit's done. All right. Now that the bit's done, final decision from players. Where are we headed?
Crusader Shrine.
Crusader Shrine. All right, Orga Hill.
Yes.
It is a few days walk. Can I get a traversal check from one of you guys?
Sure.
And can you pick a target?
Edwin.
Target.
Fuck.
I will support Edwin as usual.
I have a +2 in traversal.
I also have a +2, but I'm cursed, so
You are
I
cursed. I was
also-
gonna say, don't. That means nothing.
I also have a +2, so actually, whoever wants to go can go.
I'll do
Or
it. What do you
actually-
mean a target?
Target. Isn't Edwin the target? Did Edwin volunteer?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh.
As in, like, who gets the punishment?
Doesn't have to be a punishment. Maybe it's a good thing. Who could say?
Okay, sure. I'm rolling though, so Val's doing it. But
Val is
Edwin-
valiantly leading you.
yeah, that's a 19.
19.
Yeah.
It is a smooth journey. You encounter no danger, no bad wildlife that you can't hunt and eat. And Edwin manages to find a bunch of, like, I guess healing herbs on the side of the road. That one can use for, you eat them and you're fine. I don't remember whether they are in the item list. Hold on. 1 second.
I just did a test roll and also rolled a 19.
Uh,
I roll decent when it doesn't matter.
Edwin, you can add 3 herbs to your inventory. It's healing item and it heals target within 20 feet for 5 HP. It's got 3 uses
Nice.
each. So,
Oh,
9
cool.
total uses of herb. Herb. Yes, while you're scrounging around in the wasteland, you find some.
Alright,
Good
I
choice.
might pass those out if anyone wants them, but I don't remember off the top of my head who's usually eating shit, so.
We don't have a healer except you.
Yeah.
It is me!
We have
But if we put it all
you-
on me, I can only use 1 per turn. And anyone can
Exactly.
use an herb.
Octavia takes one of the herbs.
Alright, herb for you.
Thanks.
It's 3 use,
Movement
so
that
don't
he's
forget.
enough movement that I'm not too worried about it. He can go places, you know?
Okay, I'm gonna make the executive decision to hand one to Gare as well.
That's a good plan.
Edwin physically hands Gare this herb and is like, here, in case you get hurt.
Gare is gonna, like, look at it and say, what is this? What's this?
It's a healing herb.
What do I do with it?
You eat it.
Uh-huh. Where'd you find this?
On the ground.
Uh-huh. He's not going to, like, immediately be like, oh, yeah, awesome, sounds great, but he's not gonna throw it away, so you can add it to his inventory.
Alright.
He doesn't seem too keen on eating things off the ground.
Yeah.
Val, I was mad about like sneaking into his fucking pocket if he didn't take it. Val's number one goal in this campaign is to keep everyone alive, especially now that Garrett's like, yeah, that's the only thing I want out of this. I was like, well, I can't disappoint him now.
Yeah, do
Yeah,
you want the
being
last
dead
one?
would really be a disappointment.
Do you want the last one? Because I have like recover and stuff that I could be using anyway. If you want the last one.
Enough movies if things go bad, he can go to you for things, so I'm not too worried about it. And also, her inventory
Okay.
is a little full right now, and I don't.
Yeah.
What about? Do we want to give it to Godfrey because he also technically has healing with ardent sacrifice? It's just he hurts himself when he heals, so I haven't done it.
He
That's
runs
fine
up.
with me.
He makes a living of running up to giant lizards and stabbing them in the neck. I feel like he could use it.
Yeah.
Okay, you can add
Great.
that to his
Alright.
inventory then.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, do you want me to do it, Trikey, or do you want to do it?
I can do it. I can just copy and paste it out of Gare's inventory when I'm done typing it out.
Okay, sounds good.
Is there room?
Gare has plenty of space. Godfried.
Oh,
no,
he
he doesn't.
doesn't. He doesn't have
He would-
any space.
That's fine.
Well,
I can
actually, he
just hold
doesn't.
it.
He isn't carrying any monster blood right now. So technically, he does have space
Oh,
until
okay.
he gets more monster blood.
Okay, yeah, then just slide it in that spot.
Alright.
If there's any overflow that anyone needs to offload, I can hold 2 items.
Oops.
Alright. Let me know when you're done. Because I don't want to keep talking while you're typing. Gamers. Ooh. How's everyone doing tonight?
Oh,
Sure.
exhausted, but having fun.
Exhausted. I don't know if we're actually gonna get to the We'll see. We'll see when we get to the combat if we want to actually do combat tonight.
Okay.
It's up to you guys,
It-
but we'll see when we get.
You know, it could also be used as a cliffhanger if need be.
Could be used as a cliffhanger. It's up to you guys.
Shout outs to the that one session end that was just Godfrey getting impaled. Love to see it.
Oh yeah, I kind of forgot that. It
D&D
happens.
sessions are basically like the highlight
I
of
have put
we go forever.
Sorry, what? I heard 3 people talking. I heard none of
Yeah.
them. What?
Trick, you go first.
Oh, I put the herb in Gare and Godfrey's inventories if you want to copy paste that for Octavia. I don't have Octavia's window open.
Well, I already put the necessary
Yeah.
info, so
Alright.
it's okay.
Whatever works for you.
Yeah.
Excellent. Alright, did someone else say something to me, or are we good to go?
I just made a joke. I was like, oh, this is like the highlight of my week, so we can go forever. I don't care.
Yeah? Okay. Well, that's an honor to know. Alright, so you guys are gonna continue walking. You eventually come upon the bridge of Orga Hill. It's in pretty shabby shape. Clearly this isn't a place a lot of people go, though there's some footprints here and there that indicate a little bit of foot traffic, whether it be from like merchants or you don't know.
Okay, so when you say shabby, you don't mean like it's gonna break. You just
No,
mean
no, it's definitely a sturdy like stone bridge. Like
awesome.
not gonna
I
fall.
was like, we can't risk garlic on it if it's
Oh
that
God.
solid.
No,
Oh,
this
no.
it's definitely the kind of bridge that's like built for like armies to pass across. So you're probably
don't.
okay.
Are there any armies?
There are no armies, thankfully. There might have been once, but they are long gone. In the distance, you spot the silhouette of a tower reaching up towards the heavens on this island. And as you guys are walking along, Godfrey's gonna request the map, like look at it, and then sort of point towards the tower and say, Well, it should be on the first floor of that large building that way.
They kind of went a bit excessive with this one. No?
I mean, it's the Tower of Bragi, so holy sites and
Yeah,
all
that
that.
was. Yeah, that was probably there before the shrine.
Yeah, so it's not that they went all out, they just renovated.
Yeah.
Added some new, plush carpet and all that good stuff. As you continue to walk towards the shrine, it takes you maybe another day and a half's journey to actually get anywhere near the tower itself. Because it's very large, so it sticks up and it always looks a lot closer than it actually is. So once you guys get to like the sandy area outside of the tower, where you can start seeing like, oh, there's the gate, there's the opening. You spot a figure in the distance, also walking along the sandy bank. Whoever they are, they're wearing a cloak, so you can't really distinguish who they are or like what their vibe is. But they don't really seem to notice you. They're maybe like 15 minutes walk ahead of you. You could definitely catch up. They're going at like a leisurely pace, but they're headed to this tower also, it seems.
Just-
Either that or they're
just-
going for a swim.
Are these different cloaks than the shamans you've been seeing?
Yes, as far as you can tell.
Cool.
Again, 15-minute walk away. They're a little speck in the distance right now.
Oh, should we go ask them if this is the right place?
I feel like,
I know it's the right place, Edwin.
yeah, I think that Godfrey's right.
I guess so.
Yeah, Godfrey's gonna
Yes,
confirm
nope.
this is
That was
definitely the right
good.
place.
That was good thinking. Though. But how do we want to proceed with this? Do we want to try to talk to them? Do we just want to ignore them until they make themselves unable to ignore? What do we want?
I think it would be kind of awkward if we ignored them and then they ignored us and then we both got there at the same time. We had to talk to each other and act like we hadn't seen each other the whole way up here.
I mean,
Yeah.
I find that tends to work out in my favor, personally, but
Val agrees with Archibald.
Oh,
Really?
agrees?
Yes.
I
Val
don't know, they
agrees
could
with
be friendly.
What happens
Well-
if they're not?
Well, then we know
Uh,
here before we get there.
Sam, on a scale of middle of nowhere to civilization, what is the area around? Are we on like a main path, or are we on like?
You are on the like salt flats area leading up to the partially sunken tower.
Basically,
so
is it
bumfuck
fuck-
nowhere.
Yeah, it's
There
fucking
is
weird
no
for anyone
path.
to be
You are
here.
walking on where it isn't particularly wet.
Yeah, anyone who's out in the middle of this, you have to be really weird to be out in the middle of nowhere, like here, which we are.
Yeah.
Which means
Yeah, but
that
there's 7 of us.
yeah, but it means that whoever that is at least, if not more, weird than us on average.
I don't know, I think we should see what they're here for. Or at least, like, say hi.
Val looks so endeared that Edwin thinks this is a good idea. And goes, "That's so sweet of you, Edwin. I'm going to just be ready to stab him. Stab them."
Okay. I mean, that's fair.
I can
We might as well know what we might as well know what they're about before we get up there, and like maybe they will be nice and like help us. And also, there are 7 of us, and I think we could take one person in a fight.
Yeah,
Amalthea is gonna like quietly like flex a little bit behind the rest of the group, like hell yeah, I can take him. And you notice when you
Octavia
turn around,
sees this, and then she's like, "You're in the back."
Gare is just kind of like standing there, like I don't want to be here. I don't want to be here. Whatever,
And
whoever this is,
Octavia-
I don't care.
Octavia goes to Gare, is like, "Remember what I showed you, and after this, I'll show you more." Okay.
he doesn't move, but his eyes just kind of like slide over to where you are, and then they slide back towards the distance where he's just like, yeah. And then
Val,
next to him, you can see that Godfried is in fact already holding his knife and seems consigned to kill whoever this is.
Oh god.
Already.
You
Okay, all
God,
three of
but
you
the
are in the
decision
back if we're gonna do
Implication-
Edwin's thing first. Okay?
that
Okay.
you know, I feel like we're getting sort of locked in a false dichotomy here. Our choices are not between talking and killing. Cowardice is always an option. Remember that. It served me very well. We could just kind of blink over there, and if he finds us, we're just some people on our way to. I don't know what our reason would be for wandering in this part of the woods, but we could come up with something.
Godfried is going to answer that he'd rather not have to come back later. He still hasn't put his knife away.
This is Archibald standing in front of the rest of the group who is getting ready to do this plan that everyone has agreed upon and pitching the idea of slinking through the trees and mud rather than potentially talk to or stab a
And
person.
Octavia's like, Archibald, we're on salt flats. There are no trees.
There's no trees or mud. It's just flat. If this person were to turn around right now, they'd see all of you.
Exactly. It's like this is our option. These are our options at the moment.
You see, this is why you don't wash your clothes.
Ugh.
You gotta like.
We're not
blend
gonna
in
go
with
down
the
that
crowd.
road again, Archibald. We're really not.
Okay,
Val-
Really not.
let's move on.
Correctly-
Let's go.
Val
Let's go
the
poke
most-
this hornet's nest. Let's do it.
Cal makes like the most just looks him so directly in the eye and goes, "Being dirty and gross would not help here, King." And then-
Archibald gives you a look and just sort of like ever so slightly shakes his head, like, yeah, I fucking know. I'm fucking kidding. I fucking, yeah.
Archibald, sometimes we can't tell if you're kidding or not.
Oh, he didn't say that out loud.
Oh.
He did sort of look Val dead in the eyes and just sort of like eye movement only is just like looking at the rest of the people. It's like, yeah, come on, man. I'm like, I've got appearances to care about. Come on.
Okay, so I guess we're gonna keep moving, and once we catch up to them, Edwin can start talking. I guess.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Y'all continue along the salt flats until you reach the base of the tower. The figure has already disappeared inside.
Oh shit.
Yeah, they're already inside. Do you enter? Do you enter or?
Yes.
All right. You hold on. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. You enter the base floor of the tower to find that it is the same sort of thick, heavy stone that the bridge was made of. It's pretty sparsely decorated. You can assume whatever furniture was here is no longer here. But you know, there's still like the big fancy stone columns and statues and stuff. Clearly this was some sort of religious site. But you don't immediately see the figure, but you do hear someone walking around.
Ah, shit.
Edwin just says hello.
The footsteps immediately stop, and from the distance, you hear someone respond back, hello?
What kind of voice is it?
It's definitely a higher pitched voice. There's a big echo in this place, so you're not immediately sure whether this means a child, a woman, or someone who just has a high voice.
Edwin's like, oh, hello. We thought we saw someone walk in here.
Well, you did. Who are you?
Oh, we're, I don't know, what are we?
We're travelers.
Travelers.
We're travelers.
Travelers? Oh, okay. That's good. And then from the corner, someone is going to walk around into view. This person is obviously still wearing their hood and stuff, but you can make out the form of, hold on one second. The form of a pinkish dress that is stained with salt water and sand at the bottom. And whoever they
Oh,
are,
thank God!
Oh
Thank
God!
God!
Like at least we're like, ugh!
Oh, you! I so thought you were gonna say blood there for a
no,
moment. I was.
Sam. There's no blood on this person as far as you can tell, but they reach up to deal with the hood that covers their face, and Valente immediately recognizes this person.
What?
This is the cleric from
Oh, Lady Fair.
Lethair. You
There.
recognize Lethair. She's still wearing her cleric's uniform or her dress. You're not sure if it's uniform. But she's kind of looking around like not quite shifty, but she seems visibly relieved for whatever reason. Whoever she thought you guys were, you're not them, and she's just like breathing a sigh of relief. She's gonna like sort of clasp her hands and be like, "Oh, I recognize you guys. What are you guys doing all the way out here?"
Yeah, Val's going to go, oh, Lady Lethair, hi.
Hi. Did you follow
Everyone just
me
looks
out
at Val like question marks.
Val is like, you, no. Sorry, wait, no. I just meant that I'm not a stalker.
here? So you didn't follow me out here then?
No, I'm surprised to see you here.
Oh, well, it's hard to make the trek out here. I'm just glad to see that you guys aren't city guards or anything.
What's up with the city guards of Lewitt?
Oh, well, they get protective, and what with all the mages running around lately and getting closer and closer to the city, it can be so hard to just get away from them for 5 minutes.
You went all the way out here to get away from them? Are you okay? Octavia's like genuinely like she sees like, oh, cleric or someone who really wants to get away from the city guard. Like, are you okay?
Samantha, I'm rolling for stealth for Archibald.
Okay,
He's
what are
not-
you stealth
he's-
doing?
Hiding from her view.
Okay, what are you...
Not like I was off to the side, and I am hoping she just doesn't notice me, and I slink away because like bad vibe.
Okay, can I get a skill roll? Or deception, I guess, whichever she's
Deception or sleight of hand.
Sure, whichever.
Sleight of hand. That's a 16.
16. You successfully managed to slink away from the group by using everyone else as like a visual shield.
I hear the yeah, I'm like off to the side, and Archibald hears the Teehee, I'm so happy to get away from the guards, and he's like, okay, there's like a few I respect, I'm a hypocrite here, but like, no, and he sort of like slinks off to the side, like, ooh, hope this one's not a ghost or a witch or something.
No, because we saw her in town. Like both Octavia and Valente.
Archibald did not see Lady Lethair.
No.
Yeah, did not. That's true.
Archibald doesn't know shit. He's not
None
saying
of the
anything.
people that were in the school saw Lethair at all. Neither did... No, Gare did. He was there.
Came to pick up Val.
Yeah.
Almost literally.
Yeah.
Sorry, Valente, you go first.
No, what were you saying?
Oh, I was gonna continue. Octavia, you asked... Remind me.
Are you okay? And she doesn't say this like in a weird way. She's like concerned. Like, are you okay? Why are they so gun ho about does everyone have to stay in the gates?
Lethair is gonna like immediately recognize that you think something like shifty is up, and she's gonna like wave her hand.
No. Sorry, what? I was like, no, I don't mean it like that. I'm sorry.
Well, I had a little accident a couple months ago, and ever since then they've been keeping a pretty close eye on me. People go missing all the time. So I just like to I come out here, for my I like to pray at the shrine, and their constant watchful eyes making it really, really hard to get out of the house these days. Uh, I'm sorry, this must look really awkward and weird. I'm not like on the run, or I'm going right back to the city as soon as I'm done here.
No, that's okay. Do you want to come with us? Like, we can walk with you back unless you want to go by yourself. We just want to check out the shrine, and then we're also heading out.
Um, I suppose it wouldn't be a terrible idea to have an escort back. Um, as long as you can all swear to me that you won't tell anyone where I've been.
Of course.
Yeah, we're not gonna tell on you. You're a grown woman. It's fine.
You don't know how relieving it is to hear that from somebody. These past few months have been really, taking me for a spin, as they say.
Hey, Sam.
Yeah. What's good?
I'd like to do a perception roll or something for signs of white beast or dragon shit in
Okay.
this shrine right now.
Signs of creature?
Yeah, it's probably going to be bad because Archibald is cursed once again. But hey, let's find out. Could be worse. 12.
What are you rolling for? Perception?
Perception, bestiary are the same, so I guess unless there's an investigation separate. But
There's
no, I
not.
think it's just. Let's specifically go bestiary, actually.
Bestiary? You look on the ground for signs of maybe like, excuse me, for like claw marks or like
Claw marks, smell of blood.
animal dung, any sort of that stuff you look for. You see like maybe some scratches on the floor that could be from claws. This definitely looks like a place where animals live. You hear birds like hanging out in the rafters. Small animals skittering around. So this is definitely like a wildlife reclaimed space for the most part.
But not.
You don't like look
giant.
over your shoulder and there's a white beast licking you. But there's no sign that they aren't here.
Okay.
But
Val is actually, you know what? Well, I'm used to listening to a lot of games that punish you for failing rolls. So I'm like, oh, I shouldn't do anything. And I'm like, wait, no, in D&D, if you fail a roll, it just doesn't work. It's not
no, I'm not
and
gonna
then
ditch your ass.
explodes.
I'll make fun of you, but
No, that's what happens in like Powered by the Apocalypse games. If you fail a roll,
Like
Yeah.
dungeon rolled, you fail
go
bad.
oof.
things go bad. So I'm gonna have a Val roll insight because we have it now about specific because like obviously Lilith's acting like suspicious, and that's not. She mentioned an accident, and Val's trying to be like, was that accident like, oops, killed someone, or was it like broke her, like he's just trying to catch the vibe of like, is she being malevolently vague or just like nervous vague?
Okay. Sure.
Yep, I did so great at explaining what I meant there.
Mm-hmm.
That's a 12.
A 12. She does not seem to be being malevolently vague. When she speaks of an accident, she sort of like rubs her hand on the back of her neck, like sheepishly, as if like, oh, beans, I did something wrong. But it's not. She doesn't have the look in her eye like, oh, I killed a man. It seems very much like she goofed up, something went wrong, and then the consequences, for whatever reason, now she's being trailed by guards at all hours.
That's okay. That's all. I just needed to make sure that, like, I mean, obviously, murder isn't as terrible as it is normally when you're playing Fire Emblem, but you know, had to check.
as she sees you guys just kind of like looking at her and steadying her, she's gonna like tilt her head a little bit and like think for a moment and think and then say, "Right, you guys said you were from out of town. Right? What are you guys
She just asked what we are.
again?" Yeah.
Like human.
She's gonna like laugh at that, like, "You guys are so silly. I mean your jobs."
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes more sense. Yeah. And she laughs too. I was like, well, I'm a mercenary by trade.
Val looks Lady Lothair dead in the eye and answers truthfully, "I'm a janitor."
Oh, that's so fun. Why are you here then? If you don't mind me asking.
Me personally, well, see, I'm a janitor for college, and I previously was a fairly well-respected general, and so when one of the students requested to come to Jugdral on a research, for research, the school was not exactly stoked about the idea of having him leave by himself, and they trusted me to watch over him, and so we hired Octavia to help with that, and then Val's tactful enough not to mention Archibald while he's being sneaky, so she like pauses for a second and says, "And then we happened on everyone else here slowly but surely while this Edwin was conducting research."
Huh. So you guys are like kind of like on an adventure or something.
Sure.
Sure, you can call it that.
That's fun. Well, to be honest, I was really asking why you're here specifically in the Tower of Bragi, but that's really cool to know. I've always wanted to go on an adventure. And she's gonna look
Oh.
expectantly at the group, like, why here?
The deafening silence emanating from that eighth party
And-
member slot right there.
And basically Octavia's like, okay, so this isn't our first shrine that we've been to on our journey. And we got intel that sometimes if you leave little things at the altar, there's something that can happen.
As you say that, her eyes are gonna go like really, really wide, and she's gonna go right up to Octavia specifically, and she's about your height, so she's like kind of leaning in your ear, and she says, "Say, oh, do you have the blood too?"
The what?
Edwin, you didn't hear that. This is only for
Octavia's the only
Octavia.
one that hears that,
Okay.
and then she's
Can I roll for that as Archibald, please?
To listen on in, sure.
Yes.
So that's gonna be a perception check.
Yeah, well, that should be terrible. It's a -1.
Not only did
Damn.
you not hear her, you didn't even realize she was talking to her. You were too busy thinking about animal tracks.
I peer back. I like looking around at the ground, and I like glance back over at the party, look back down, then hard turn back to the party. It's like, oh, she's right there, and just like slink behind a pillar further.
Thanks. And okay, and Lothair just whispers this in Octavia's ear.
Yeah,
and I think for a moment Octavia's like, because when she first thinks blood, she's thinking monster blood, but then she thinks about like the debriefing, and Octavia's like, no, no, not that I know of. My family's originally from Arcanea, so that'd be pretty hard to trace.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry I asked. I didn't realize you guys were like tourists.
Oh.
And Octavia's like, no, we're
That's
not
so
tourists.
embarrassing. And she's gonna like cover her mouth like she said something like severely taboo.
And Octavia's like, wait, but oh, if you if you don't want to talk about it, we don't have to talk about it, but also no one's going to share that information outside of this place. So
I mean, really, what's left to share? I mean, the secret's out, right? That's why. Oh, I guess you guys are from out of town. You wouldn't know. Well, turns out when you hit your head on a big rock while swimming, and then they take you back to the church to get healed, and then they discover the big old holy blood symbol on your body. A lot of people freak out. Because you know what happens to people with holy blood after all. And then she holds out her hand, like, obviously.
from across
Val looks directly at Godfrey to explain what he means.
from across the entire, like, what is this? We're in hallway, room, temple.
Yeah, you're in like the
just
lowest
a quiet
room. Yeah.
Just Archibald's voice. People with what?
She's gonna jump out of her skin when she hears
and
you.
Octavia like gently like touches her arms, like, it's okay. He's with us. He's really weird. He's really weird.
Archibald
he
is
doesn't
not
like
hiding it.
He hides everywhere. It's fine.
She's gonna
Archibald is...
as Archibald like becomes. Are you visible?
I am staring back at her as like looking as surprised as she does, which is saying a lot given that I'm the one who just emerged from the shadows.
You scared the bejesus out of her, and she gives you like the once up and down look, and like her eyes immediately like grow intensely like sad, much sadder than they should be, and then she like holds her hand over her heart, and she's like, "Oh my gosh, do you live in this place?"
Octavia can't help it. She like
Val laughs so hard and goes, "No, oh my god, no. He's just, I mean, well, actually, he might at some point have lived here. He's got issues. He's kind of like our indentured servant because he tried to steal and he got caught by the college, and this is how he's paying for it."
Oh, I see.
Archibald's just looking her dead in the eyes with a look of like...
She's already
Holy
forgotten whatever
shit.
you asked. Was too
No,
affronted by your appearance.
He's not asking her questions. It was, he heard the word, he heard, yeah, I have holy blood. It was like, what the?
Yeah, Val is gonna look back at Godfrey with the inquisitive look of, "Hey, what happens to people that have holy blood?"
Godfrey is not going to look back at you. He's just kind of like looking around vaguely up at the ceilings.
Thanks so much for your help, King.
Octavia, so she's like, but so you were born with it, right?
Of course, everyone is. I mean, everyone that has it, not everyone, obviously. Then we'd be so short on guards.
I'm sorry. Can you explain that connection? Because I see. No, I get your point now. I followed through. My brain followed through. But she's also like, so they're very protective of people with holy blood here.
I mean, people's a strong word. It's really just me. Because I'm the only one that has it in the whole city. Oh, right, you guys are tourists. And she's gonna, like, smack herself on the forehead again. She's like, you guys don't know anything, do you? Well, word to the wise, if any of you have holy blood, you should probably keep on the down low. Otherwise, those mages from Valhalla, they'll just show up and you'll be gone.
Oh.
Archibald is slowly approaching, and at this point in the conversation, it's getting like, it's gone from he's walking over to like almost in her face. Just
Octavia like steps in between them, like, Archibald.
Under her breath, you can quietly hear Lafair like quietly say to Archibald as he captures her attention again, like, "Oh my gosh, do you need money?"
Val loses her mind again.
And she like, you can see that she's like reaching for whatever like little bag she
Octavia's
has.
like, no, he doesn't. He doesn't need that. He doesn't need that. He's fine.
He's unfazed by the insult, still looking at her. It's like, how?
How what?
How are there still some of you alive and around?
Well, I mean, and she's gonna like roll her eyes like, oh, obviously, and she's just gonna say, well, you know, birds and the bees and all that.
Val gets a look of like, I'm about to cause problems on purpose in his face.
And
goes-
Octavia's like, don't you dare.
And Val goes, oh my god, Archibald, did they not teach you about sex?
Amalthea from the back of the crowd is just gonna be like, gross.
Archibald like has the smallest of eye twitches, but continues ignoring and is just processing the whole oh shit of the moment here.
Well, like learning this, like, oh, well, it's honestly how they're training you sounds like it's making more of a big deal and catching more notice.
I mean, probably, but the Luan is so fortified that they mages don't dare go in, especially since like the incident and everything. So,
Oh,
you know.
okay.
At the
Okay.
school.
Going to need to
Yeah,
provide.
at the school. I was only little when it happened, but I heard about it.
Val gets like. Val presses like makes a face that is clear, like he's thinking about his dream and going, well, yeah, good thing you only heard about it, because seeing it was unpleasant.
Oh my gosh,
Uh,
you were there?
Well, Val didn't say anything, he just has that face.
It's just in her expression, sorry.
Gotcha.
Yes. I
Okay.
realized my voice did get deep there. So it did sound like he was saying that, but no. He's just making a face like, yeah, I saw it, it wasn't great. And he goes, Val's gonna like look at everyone like he doesn't know how to convey this without saying it out loud. He's gonna try his hardest and it probably isn't going to work. He's going to try to convey to everyone like, hey, she wants to get out and is afraid of getting attacked by the mages that are also causing problems for us, and also is a healer, which we desperately need.
Octavia like she's getting the implication and she's kind of like, if you had the choice, would you leave Luann at this point?
She's gonna like look at you owlishly and say, "What? I mean, I've never really been outside the city, obviously, except for to come here. But it sounds nice in theory, but I wouldn't know what to do with myself, and, well, the church needs me, obviously. It does sound nice, though. At least for a little bit. I'd want to come back eventually."
Well, we are here for an extended time for our friend Edwin's research. So, and honestly, Edwin here is probably the only person in our party who can heal people. So, if you would want, she's basically saying, like, if you want to come, we'd be happy to have you.
Happy to have me. Where are you going?
Well, I think the plan after this is Saloise.
Celise, I hear it's cold up there. I might be interested. Give me some time to think about it. I still need to go about my business here, obviously.
Sure.
Would you guys like to come with me to the shrine? I'm
Sure.
sure my ancestors won't mind if you hang out a little bit.
Oh, I was gonna ask, is
You know,
it rude to ask what kind of holy blood you have?
this is the Tower of Bragi, isn't it? I would assume with the ancestors comment, and it
Well,
has.
yeah, but it seemed polite to at least ask and not assume.
She's gonna like laugh a little bit in like a good-natured way, like you haven't offended her, and she's gonna say, "Yes, this is the Tower of Bragi. I am, I guess, fortunate enough to be one of his last living descendants, to my knowledge, of course. I'm sure there's others out there, you know, in Valhalla."
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you know what happens to the people that they take away?
I mean, I've heard lots of stories. My mother used to tell me when I was little, don't go outside without your shirt on because first of all, everyone will scream at you, and second of all, they'll take you away to join the military.
Oh.
But I don't exactly know if that's true.
Who are they?
Oh, you know,
Who are the
the
mages?
mages.
Yeah, no, I got that part. But who are they? Or what are they? Where are they from?
I'm not particular. They didn't really tell me too much. They told me it was best just the less you know, the less they can ask you, that kind of thing.
Any symbols or anything like, I don't know.
She's gonna make like sort of a like cross symbol on her chest, not like the sign of the cross, but like a plus sign symbol on her chest. They're Catholics.
Oh god, they're Catholics.
Oh
No.
shit, it's the Pope! Oh shit, we're fighting the Pope! Oh god!
No, she's gonna make like a sort of a plus symbol sign on her chest, and she's gonna say, well, they all seem to be really big fans of wearing the symbol of Naga, so I would assume there's some connection there, but other than that, your guess is as good as mine.
Archibald, like, goes a little slack, ever so slightly slack. John's like, Naga?
Yeah, you know, like God?
Yeah, and
Yeah,
Edwin
we
leans
know
over
God.
Do
to
they have
Archie.
that in Arcanea?
Yeah, they have
Um,
God in Arcanea. They have Naga in Arcanea.
Oh, that's so cool.
Naga's the only one we have in Arcanea.
But it's
Oh.
Naga. And you're sure it's the symbol of Naga? And not.
Edwin
I mean,
like
if you
leans
put
over to
a
Archibald.
knife to my head, I would say I'm maybe 70% sure.
Edwin like leans over to Archibald and is like, I think this is normal. I don't think it's that much about Naga because they used to worship Naga to begin with anyway.
I don't. Yeah.
Remember, we're
Sure.
still all humans here.
Yep. I whisper back in Edwin's ear. Frankly, I guess it's better this way. I had my own theories about. I don't know. It's weird. We'll talk later.
Okay.
All right.
So
Anyone
yeah,
else?
yeah. Anyone else wants to talk? Otherwise, Octavia's like, yeah, we'll be happy to come with you to the shrine if it's okay with your ancestors. And Octavia's now thinking again about the previous shrine. It's like, we desecrated someone's crypt. Oh no.
Archibald, meanwhile, on the other side is thinking, oh god, we're about to desecrate another crypt. I am about to desecrate another crypt. Hi, Mom, are you proud of me yet?
Octavia's hoping, like, with Lothair is like, no, we're not gonna desecrate a crypt. We're not gonna do it this time.
Have any of you actually said this out loud?
No, we're just thinking it.
Can you imagine if they said that out loud? I'm pretty sure we'd have to leave immediately.
Hey, Lothair, so, where are they keeping Grandpa?
It was an accident. They were undead.
Oh god.
Yeah, but we did not share this out loud. We're just thinking it.
You guys roleplay the next few minutes. I really have to run to the bathroom.
Oh, do you want to take a 5-minute break? 5-second break?
Please.
Okay, hold
Please.
on. Break time.
5,
Nope.
4, sorry.
Go, go, go. I will stay here because I've got nothing better to do.
Me
Yeah.
neither.
Yeah, I guess I'll stay.
I found an exposed nail on the bottom of my desk, and now my whole hand smells like iron.
Oh no.
Don't get
Tetanus.
tetanus.
Don't worry, it's not like the pointy part, it's the head of the nail.
Oh, I see.
I think there
see.
was I remember there being a drawer here, and I think when it got taken out, none of the nails did, so now there's just like jutting nails.
Ooh.
Oh, you know.
Oh, you know. Hold on 1 second, I have chocolate in the other room. I want some.
Oh, dope.
Understandable.
Yep. How is everyone else doing?
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Hi.
What type?
I gotta put chocolate in my. They're the little heart-shaped dark chocolate Dove things for Valentine's
Oh,
Day.
yeah.
Those are
The good
good.
They're
stuff.
so good.
Yeah.
These are like crack. I can eat like 15 of them in one go. Oh. But anyways, while we're wait, does anyone have any questions for the DM? Any confusions? Have I not been clear on anything?
I'm just guessing. If we play our cards right, I'm guessing Lothair's gonna be a guest party member.
Who can say?
You can say, true, this might be a ruse.
Maybe this is a fake out. Maybe she's the boss.
Don't know about that. Yeah, don't know.
Maybe she's
Wouldn't put it past you.
maybe she's working for the feds.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just
Oh,
gonna I'm just gonna
God.
finish eating my chocolate before we start, even though everyone's here.
I
Yeah,
can't
she might be
believe.
working for the feds.
You know the whole I can't believe it's not butter thing? That, but I can't believe it's not locked. uh, Archibald's pet theory in his brain this entire time has been, well, if there's anyone who's likely, running around screwing up the world, there's like a good chance around here that it's like, the extended
Same guy it was
family.
last time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
same guy it was
extended
last
family.
He's got a
And,
track record.
Cousin.
The absence of a drink is the only thing that prevented him from doing a spit take in that conversation.
Just spitting
It's
on
like-
this woman.
Oh
It's
no!
like,
It's like that Beyonce meme, but he's saying MAGA.
I had she made the cross symbol and I was going to, it kind of got swallowed, but the joke I was trying to make was, most RPGs try and say that the church is bad, but they only ever allude to it being the Catholic Church. Sam really took the next step here.
I'm nothing if not an innovator. I'm not afraid. 1 second, let me just blow my nose and we'll get back to the game. We are not doing combat tonight if that's not obvious, but let's finish
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, finish up.
the rest of the business.
It took us an hour to walk into a building.
Yeah.
It happens. It's okay. Alright, hold on. Let me get rid of that 5-minute break symbol and drink some water. Alright, so, resume scene. You guys are all just kind of standing around. Lothair's here. Yeah. Y'all are all here. Is anyone else wanted to talk to her or do anything in this little area before you delve deeper into the depths?
Nope.
Val is good. Edwin?
No, I'm good.
Octavia?
Edwin's probably like writing in his notes or something furiously.
Octavia's good. Octavia's probably still next to Lothair, partly because it doesn't make sense to move back if they're going to the same place. The other half is like if Archibald tries to get into Lothair's space again, Octavia's gonna be like, no.
Archibald, you good?
aside from him looking like he's gone through the emotional equivalent of being hit by a truck and then stumbling into getting hit by a train immediately after. He's fine.
Amalthea is still she wasn't really listening to the conversation. This is all gone way over her head. She's just either doesn't care, doesn't know, whatever. She doesn't whatever these adults are talking about, it doesn't apply to her, but they did mention sex and that grossed her out. So
How did Gare react?
Gare looks grumpier than he's ever been in his whole life.
He had to listen to us mention sex.
Yeah.
That it's probably a combination of that and just like,
and the fact that he's totally descended from a crusader, I swear to God, I'm gonna prove it.
The second she started talking about that, I was like, huh, interesting that he has all these tattoos on his arm that kind of look like holy blood symbol.
Yeah.
Who are you?
And then he's grumpy about any mention of crusaders.
Gare, he does not have these tattoos of his visible right now. He's had his sleeve rolled down for like the past couple of weeks. Whether because of cold or because of other reasons, you're unsure.
Since we got to Luan.
Yeah, maybe about there.
Motherfucker.
Yeah, he's just kind of like, he's got his arms folded. He's just kind of like looking around the room, you know, checking dark corners, seeing if there's any zombies he's got to worry about. And Godfried is just kind of like standing there. He does not look very happy about this development. He thankfully does not have his hand on his knife anymore, but he's just very like clearly put out about this woman just being in this area at the same time as everyone else. But yes, Lothair would be happy to lead you to the area of the shrine or the area of the tower that contains the shrine if you would like to follow her.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
As you guys walk, you don't encounter any crazy like animals or anything. You find a whole bunch of like gray pigeons just like poking around, sitting in the rafters, but they're just, you know, pooping and eating, that kind of thing. Other than that, you find maybe like a squirrel, mangy coyote walking around. This is very much an area reclaimed by nature, as I said before. As you guys walk, you hear sort of like kind of a scratching sound. It gets louder and louder as you walk, and it's a pretty big tower, so it doesn't have like winding hallways with branching rooms, but it's got like this big hallway that goes around the whole tower, which leads into like a central area, which is this area you see here. So you guys are like coming around. Hold on, let me get your little guys out. I have little guys.
Little guys.
Little guys. Boop, little guys.
Little guys.
So you guys sort of appear into this main room, and you can see in the center of this room is this big sort of ornate building. It looks kind of like the back of a church, so you can assume the front part is in the front. This was obviously at one point the main area of worship. And then off to the side, there's a spiral staircase, but unfortunately a majority of the steps leading up have collapsed, so it's going to be very hard to get up those. Excuse me. As you guys appear in this larger area, the scratching grows louder and louder, and slowly but surely Lothair comes to a stop, and she just sort of like peers around curiously, as if she's like watching for something or listening for something. She holds a finger up to her lips and she says, "Well, we shouldn't be too loud. There's usually a lot of animals that like living around here, and they really do hate it when you agitate them."
What kind of animals?
Oh, you know, the usual. Usually there's not this many pigeons, but I guess that's just because the warm air is coming up from the south these days. But, I mean, the ones you really have to worry about are the lizards, obviously. You've seen them by now, you guys, I believe. And she, like, looks at all of you, and you guys have, like, dents in your armor and scratches in your clothes that haven't been repaired yet. She's like, yeah, you probably saw a lizard or two.
What color are the lizards' tons around here?
She's gonna give you like a weird look and say, "Does it matter?" That's a weird thing to notice.
Lady Lothair,
words.
it matters. It does matter.
Well, to be honest, if I've seen one with its mouth open, I guess I didn't really pay attention to its tongue. Sorry.
Uh-huh.
Is that important?
It's fine. Just like you said, we should be quiet.
It's
We
okay.
should be very quiet.
Usually you can just sneak right by them, especially if they're asleep.
Uh-huh.
But
Sounds good.
we have to be very careful. And she's gonna like start sneaking into the room, like cartoonishly tiptoeing. And
Oh my God.
the metal bangles on the bottom of her cape are loudly clinking against the tile in a way
Octavia
that
quickly
undermines-
takes up her cloak and just holds onto the back of it. It's like, let me help you with that.
She misinterprets your effort to help. She's like, "Oh no, you don't have to be scared. They're not gonna hurt you as long as they don't see you."
I love her so much.
Octavia is just at this point has seen two of the really bad ones.
Val has Fiend Cleaver in his hand, and is specifically having I almost called him Garfield. Garlic
That's his
walk
full
in
name.
such a way that his horseshoes
Fucking hate
don't
Mondays.
Yeah, fucking hate Mondays. Just kidding. Garlic doesn't know what a Monday is.
God, I wish that was me.
I know, right? His Garlic doesn't know how we conceive time, but she's making sure that Garlic's walking in a specific way where his horseshoes won't clink against the tile.
Mm-hmm. Specialized. As you, Val, are walking along, Godfrey's gonna sort of fall into step next to you, and under his breath, you can quietly hear him muttering something along the lines of, quote unquote, fucking liability.
Val tries really hard not to snort, and then mutters back at him, "Do you want to keep dealing with the fucking fruit knife?"
He doesn't seem to realize he spoke out loud, so he's gonna jump a little bit,
God.
but he does not answer that with a no or a yes. He just kind of eyes forward, looking for creatures.
Is that Gare or Godfrey?
That was
we're
Godfrey.
talking about?
Gare is he's looking a little sweaty around the edges.
Archibald quietly sort of slinks his way back to the back of the party, wherever Gare is. Oh, would you look at that? Our sprites are already next to each other in the front. Who would have thought? But just sort of back up and just sort of stare dead-eyed out, and then realize, oh shit, Gare's right next to me, and just look at him, give him just stare at him in the face, and give him a look that's hey, do you understand gravity of what the fuck's going on here? Someone here has to get this, right? It can't just be me. Please, God, weird, grumpy man.
Gare is going to see that you are making a face at him. I assume this face includes a pointed, wide-eyed stare.
A look that is simultaneously, oh fuck, and oh God, they don't know, and oh, do you know, and oh fuck.
The only response he has is that his eyes get a little bit wider and the corner of his mouth pulls down a little bit in sort of a uncomfortable but not quite panicked expression. He's just eh. He's not entirely sure what you're asking him with your face, but he knows that you know that something is wrong.
I give him the gentlest little, the most subtle of nods, barely even that, just oh.
All right. As all of you are making pointed eye contact and saying swear words, Lothair once again comes to a stop as the scratching sound grows loud enough that it is now definitely close by. She's going to look around the corner, in a very unstealthy way. She's got most of her body
Octavia's
around the
liter-
corner, in fact.
Oh boy.
God, Octavia like tries to pull her back.
You succeed because she drags herself back. She says like, "Okay, so I didn't get a look at the inside of its mouth, but there's definitely one out there."
Good to know.
Val, I mean, Val tries not to look like, fuck yeah, we found one. But turns to Godfrey and goes, "Can you identify what type it is without looking at the inside of its mouth?"
He's gonna respond with a maybe, and he is going to do the same thing that Lothair is, and he is going to make a bestiary roll. Give me 1 second. I have to pull up his shit.
If he does, I figure he has to have.
He is not proficient.
Yeah, he's
Seriously?
not proficient. He's proficient in scholastics, nature, traversal, medicine, and technology.
Yeah, 1 second. Hold on, let me do some math.
Sam.
He got a 9.
9.
So he's that's not nice.
Was that a critical roll 9 that I just heard?
Yeah.
Or is that okay?
Sorry.
Oh, I
No,
don't
no, it's-
understand. I don't listen to
Good.
podcasts.
I understood that reference. Go on.
All right. Yes, he did roll a 9. He is going to poke around the corner slightly more stealthily than Lothair did. It helps that he's not wearing a metal cape. And before coming back, and he says, "Well, it's not a white beast, but it could be either a gray or a black one. I can't be sure. It's facing the other direction."
Okay.
I don't think we've seen a black one, have we?
We
Just fought that
haven't.
gray one that one time, right?
Just the gray one and the white ones. Octavia like looks to Lothair, guys, like, "Hey,
Hi.
so is it okay if I modify your cloak?"
Modify?
Yes.
What do you mean?
So, I see you like the fashion of having metal bits at the ends of your cloak.
Oh, yeah, it keeps the wind from kicking it up.
That's
Can
actually
I-
really smart.
That is really smart, and she's like, "That's a good idea, especially since you like to travel here often. I applaud you for it."
Thank you. I thought of it myself.
But Octavia's
Well,
like,
for-
can
so
I
much.
remove them for the time being?
Oh, well, I mean, I'm inside now, so I guess I don't really need a cloak at all, huh? And she's just gonna, like, take it off and drop it in the corner.
Doesn't make it
That
what?
was such a good
Just-
idea, I totally forgot.
Does Lady Lothair know that I'm in love with her immediately?
Does she know she's giving Octavia an ulcer? Because Octavia's just looking at her and she's like, "Oh my god, you're like the girls I used to work with."
So, wow. So, like, one of the party members is in love with her. One's getting an ulcer.
No,
Two
I
of
think
them are-
Dwyer's in
No.
love with her. Dwyer from real life.
with her.
Oh, I
Yeah.
see. Well, Garrett and Archibald are actively shitting themselves in the back of the party, and Godfried's hunting down the lizards. He's got his own problems. This is uh-oh.
No.
No.
Oh, no,
Lady Lothair is far too nice to Val for Val to be interested.
Oh my.
Damn.
Oh, damn. We learned more
Val-
about Val today.
Val is gonna be swooning for Gare by the time this.
This is now. You know, it occurs to me also. This is now the second episode in a row where Octavia's gonna try to take someone's cloak.
God, no, this isn't. This is different. They're both different. It's not what it means. Stop it. She was a dancer, so she did have some of that work, but
Oh.
What?
We support
No,
bisexual rights.
I was only pointing out the cloak. Once again, I was only talking about a cloak. Cloak is a cloak. I didn't mean.
Okay, okay. I'm sorry.
There's that Sonic bit. Whoa! She was bisexual. I didn't know that.
All right.
What is
Yes,
happening?
Lothair is going to put her cloak aside in a heap in the corner. She doesn't bother to hang it on like one of the many things that is not touching the floor. But you know, she's got priorities, I guess.
So she just takes the lump of metal and cloth and throws it onto the
No,
ground?
no, she doesn't throw it. She places it down. It doesn't make very much noise.
Okay. Hey, could you take that off me to be more quiet? Okay, here.
As she's like attending to herself, she's like straightening her skirt out. She's still wearing this like, it's definitely not a uniform. Now that you like look at it, it's definitely not a uniform. It's like this big, poofy. It's clearly got several layers. It's very nicely crafted, sort of like ball gown of a skirt. Does look like it has pockets though, so that's cool.
Oh yeah,
so she's like
cool.
she's like making sure her hair is not caught in anything. She's straightening out her skirt, and as she's doing this, you hear another set of claws sort of scooting around in the distance, and you hear like the low sound of something very, very big growling.
Oh fuck. And it's from a different direction.
Yes, it's from a different direction. Godfrey is going to make another bestiary roll, and this time he did get a 20. Not a natural 20, but he got there. And he's just gonna, like, close his eyes, like, quietly, and, like, point somewhere, like, vaguely up in the air, and he says, "That one is definitely a white beast."
Look
Why
at
are
him.
you,
Do you
why are you
know?
pointing in the air?
What?
Because it's
Why-
upstairs.
Yeah. Oh.
No, it's not
I guess
upstairs.
this
It's
is-
just, like, a head somewhere. He's just pointing.
Oh.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
It's
I thought he was
echoing
like
off the
pointing upstairs. And I
walls.
was like, fear.
The sound is echoing off the walls.
Val's going to look at him and go, "Can you tell how far away it is?"
He's just gonna, like, sort of look around and say, "Well, we're in a single room, and it's not right in front of us, so I'm gonna say it's probably on the other side of that building, because there's no other place that it could be."
So,
Lady Lothair, can we
Val
get
is going
in-
to
Sorry, go ahead.
pause.
Oh,
And
who's
then
talking first?
You go first. You go first.
Okay. Val's going to, like, make a face and then walk over to Lady Lothair and say, "Okay, so we, at some point, probably in the next 24 hours, are going to go up to the White Beast and steal its neck arteries. Because that's part of what we do. And you are free to join that fight, or you can get the fuck out of here. And that's also a respectful, that's a very respectful choice."
She is just gonna, like, look at you and say, "Why would you want to start a fight with one of these things? They're very peaceful as long as you don't bother them."
Because if you take their neck blood, you can turn it into a panacea.
I don't know what that means at all.
I thought it's a medical thing that heals most anything.
Oh.
It cured Edwin of blindness.
That's
Yeah, I think
pretty amazing.
So it's a worthy risk.
I see. Well, I don't know about harming any creatures myself. I'm more of a peaceful goer, as it were. But, if you guys are going to be attacking something with teeth that long, well, I have a staff here, and I'd be more than happy to stand in the back and do my thing, if you like.
I'm
Yes, please.
plenty alright with that. I just
Please.
didn't want to be like, alright, let's start a fight and not tell you about it.
That's appreciated. Did someone want to say something?
Nope,
That's
that
all.
covered pretty much everything.
Well, at the whole, they're a pretty peaceful thing. That's probably the first thing that would shake Archibald out of staring along with Garrett dead-eyed into the void. Just sort of,
Boys' night.
yeah, shakes his head a little bit and goes, "They're, they're peaceful.
Yeah.
All of
I mean, they're just
all of them?"
animals.
I look at her, and eyes slide over to Godfrey for like half what the hell and half confirmation, and then just sort of look back and forth between them, and it's like, so the Church of Naga is rounding up peaceful
Oh, well, I mean, I guess I
okay.
shouldn't speak for all of them. This one is pretty chill. But maybe there's others? I mean, every animal's different. I had a dog that bit me when I was little, and then I had another dog that was so nice.
What happened to the first
Oh.
dog?
I love her so much.
The first dog, I don't know, it got old. It
Oh,
happens
okay.
to dogs sometimes.
Yeah, that's
Sometimes.
true.
That
Yeah.
happens to literally everything.
I know, it's so sad.
Except maybe Archibald.
Whoa. Have you always been like this?
No,
Octavia's like has this point where she's just like covering her mouth to not make any sounds, but it's clear that she's like has this switch between like apprehension on there's a beast in the area and also hilarity.
no, not always.
You
Just
poor thing.
This is the last
for a
we've known him.
while.
Oh.
Yeah, sure.
Well, if you ever need help, the church would be more than happy to spare a bed for you.
No, they.
Strange little green man.
Val has to bite his tongue to not lose his fucking mind right now.
You really, that's a very, I appreciate the sentiment. That in my experience, no, you don't quite know what you're promising there. Yeah, I'm good, sort of.
As you guys are chatting, the creature's growls have been steadily growing louder, not necessarily
God damn it.
hostile. Not necessarily hostile and not necessarily closer, but louder, as if it's speaking. You're not sure to what, or communicating, I should say. It's not speaking. It's not saying, "Hey, who's there?"
He's
But-
so fucking cool.
It's not
Hey guys, who's
recognizable.
there?
It's not recognizable language, is it?
Would you like to make a roll for that?
Fuck, I hate that you said that instead of no. Sure, I guess. Do I get advantage from that book of ancient Jugdral languages by chance?
Depends if it's an ancient Jugdral language.
So I just roll and let you know if I.
Yep.
What am I rolling again?
D20? I don't know. What do you want to roll?
I mean, what's the skill
Oh,
for languages?
I guess
again?
wisdom, perhaps? Or scholastics. I'll let you have scholastics.
Scholastics, not history. No, it wouldn't be.
I mean, if you're looking for a specific historical dialect, you could do history.
And fucking actually roll it on the table. Holy shit. That's bad.
What is it?
That's a 3.
It just kind of sounds like rumbled beastly growls. There's a lot of echo going on, so.
Archibald is forever cursed with the low dice rolls. Except for that one performance check. No,
That
So,
was a good performance check.
Yeah.
It's really the dice following the narrative in a fitting
Yeah.
way. That Archibald
it
sucks
really
at
is.
everything except charades.
Yeah. My true story, I think that my pitch for the character from Sam did involve the line, the most disappointing member of his entire family, extended or otherwise.
Oh no.
It's okay, we're all black sheep here.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think, not to speak for the players, but I think everyone is the most disappointing member of their family. Alright, as far as characters
God.
go.
I'll
Well,
just
yeah.
I
have a
mean,
family to be the disappointing one of.
yeah, Val's alive, so by
True.
definition,
Val's
not the
trucking.
most disappointing.
I should say, Val's in-laws hate his guts.
Oh no.
So yes, most disappointing. Okay.
Disappointing in their eyes. We love Val.
Yeah.
But anyways.
We gotta learn about Edwin's family sometime.
Oh, Edwin backstory moment.
I gotta figure out Edwin's family sometime, perhaps.
That's fair.
Alright.
It's always the last thing I think of with character creation.
The family tree. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. As Archibald is listening and trying to determine whether or not he's hearing words or growls, he does hear growls. The smaller beast that was identified previously comes back around into view before skulking out of sight back towards this sort of area. It too is now like clicking and growling a little bit, and it does seem kind of like whatever's behind there is talking to it in some sort of way. Maybe not talking, but like communicating in the way that animals do. You see the silhouette of a long tail sort of swing out from behind, not quickly, just like, tail, lizard, swing out from behind the building before sliding back as these two creatures communicate. And then the not white beast sort of just lumbers back from whence it came, back towards you. It still hasn't spotted you, but whatever that little meeting's about, it was over, because the growling has stopped. There's the sound of something like heavy and like firm, like hitting stone or tile, as if something very large has just sat down on the ground. And then the room is silent, aside from the ambience of pigeons and squirrels.
We have to defeat or like do we have to do something to get into the shrine, or can we do what Lothair was attempting to get into the shrine?
Are you asking me, the DM, that, or is
Yes.
it me? Well, you can try to get into the shrine. There's currently probably something sitting right in front of the entrance, as far as you know. In fact,
I
at
see.
this point, they've moved around so much that you can probably, without being like an advanced tracker or anything, identify exactly where the creatures are sitting. So they're probably right about there.
Oh,
Maybe.
Oh, they're
Okay.
sitting.
They sitting.
they be sitting.
Boys are
No
sitting.
wonder the stairs are messed up. They
Yeah.
be sitting.
Now that you think back to the first set of stairs, it does kind of look like a little nesty area for something that is stupidly large and insanely powerful. But yes, these creatures are now remaining where they sit. Lothair has joined your party as a guest. There she is.
Hey.
We're not going to do combat this session, but
There.
I feel like I was about to say something relevant, and I totally forget. Hold on, give me like a minute.
Take your time, bestie.
Yeah, I don't remember. Yeah, we're not gonna do combat this session. Oh, I know what I was gonna do. What I was gonna do is I'm going to give you her character sheet today.
Ooh.
So you guys can take a look at that now. Give me 1 second to just move it from the NPC folder to the other NPC folder. The secret folder to the not secret folder.
Yes.
Yeah, you'll get to
course.
take a sneak. Oh my gosh, just let me move things. Take a sneak peek at her sheet, and I will preview that sheet to the stream, because I realize I have not been doing that, and the stream has no idea what these characters are built like.
Except for when we say things.
Yeah, so this is Lothair.
There she is.
There's her art.
Queen!
If you wanna, I'll just Put most.
In their ball
notes about
gown
it,
and
Hello, my
Metal.
love.
If you want to explore her abilities, ask any questions because there's some skills here you haven't seen before.
okay,
Now is the
let's
time.
see.
She is major holy blood.
Damn. Oh god, if we got her a Valkyrie staff, wow. She also
Jesus.
only has 19 HP.
Hey, she's like me. Cool.
Yeah.
Built different.
Oh my god, she is so rich.
A stiff breeze can kill her, but that's fine.
She's got she's got better defenses and resistances than me. She's a
That's
woman
so
in a
funny.
dress. I'm a
That
dragon.
is
What
so
the
This
hell?
fun.
notes thing does not need to be
it's the-
nearly that long. Hold on.
It's holy blood.
Okay, I can't change it. Whoops.
Archibald has the opposite of holy blood. Is
Archibald's got that demon.
Unholy blood.
It's blood.
Demonic. Blood.
Blood.
It's
It's
blood.
just blood.
Does anyone have any questions about Lothair?
who's
mechanically?
playing who? Who's playing
Oh.
who next time?
That's so cool. She has escape route? Wow.
Oh my gosh, she's so.
Phoenix.
Sorry,
Makes sense.
everyone. I'm insane.
No, it's okay.
Sam keeps making NPCs, and I'm like, OMG, hi.
It's okay.
I have a distinct feeling that I'm going to end up in charge of one of the other NPCs, the older ones.
Oh,
I
are we
know.
gonna
I mean,
finally have to roll initiative for NPC
BFF.
choosing?
Because
Yeah.
I don't think I'm getting this one. I feel like there's at least 2 or 3 people. Like,
Listen, I have a baby to take care of, and I'm happy to take care of this baby.
Mm-hmm. Alright.
Cleric from the church in Luan, who's showing signs of developing a rebellious side.
Hell yeah.
Hell
it'd
yeah.
be great if she left some notes down there, like, yeah, by the way, she's totally gonna backstab everyone. Like,
Oh no, I wouldn't do that.
I think we've sold what I think, Sam, you did a wonderful job in selling what Lothair's personality is.
The vibe check.
The vibe check. I feel
Um,
assured.
I'm so glad we have bimbo rights in this campaign.
Of course, nothing but the best.
They
Just
were the
whoever's
best for bimbos.
whoever's going to be using Lothair for combat next session, just be aware she has a bunch of her class skill and then her inherent skill, which is down in notes, are both stat buff compiling. So just make sure, and that's not necessarily recorded in the bonuses section. Actually, I believe her class skill is, but this one might not be. So just make sure that when she's using a staff, she's got the proper buffs applied, and when she's not using a staff, you take away those buffs.
Oh, she actually has an alignment. Wow.
Do they not all have alignments? Did I forget?
Oh no, yeah, they have alignment. For some reason, I did not notice it. Oh, Godfrey's neutral, good.
oh really?
Yeah.
Wow. I had him pegged totally
Neutral?
wrong. That tracks.
Yeah, that tracks.
Yeah, I'm off.
Yeah,
So,
no, it does. Wait a minute, it doesn't track at all.
yeah,
Forward bandit. What's it? Shut up.
we're like on the tracks, and I was like, since when?
How did
Sam,
I?
She's got her heart in the right place.
Sam, lawful, a lawful bandit with a history degree.
Guys, he sucks at banditry. We've been through this.
I will
And
tell you
also-
nothing about how the characters are put together, because I assure you, aside from one minor error that I've brought up and cannot reveal what it is, they have all been very specifically constructed in a very specific way.
I
Intricate.
know that you didn't make any mistakes. They're just makes me want to get open like an egg and see his brain.
I don't think he would appreciate that at all.
Is our blurbo.
I
We're
know.
both from my tabletop campaign. All right. Does anyone have any questions about anything, not just about Lothair, about anything?
Not at the moment. If something comes up, I can reach out to you during the week. But thank you for running this session and for dealing with us doing a lot of RP talking.
No worries. RP talking is fun. Does anyone else have questions, comments, concerns? You sound a little
Yes.
concerned, King.
but they're all spoilers.
Yeah, I can't give
So-
away spoilers, unfortunately. Those are off the table. Anything
What
not
did
spoiler?
Forseti do?
What? What'd you say?
What did Forseti do?
He's involved.
We just know that a peepaw is involved. A peepaw.
APP.
A green-haired,
Sam,
definitely not dragon dude. Shut up.
Someone
blew
say
up
my
his
name?
future.
Yeah.
I'm saying Samothy.
Yeah, hey, what's up?
Hi. This is your TTRPG. There's no way there is not a peepaw involved. I would bet all the money I have and ever will have that a peepaw is involved in this game.
What do you mean a peepaw? What is that?
I
It
have
means
no
an
idea.
old ass dragon.
Yes.
Old man?
Old
We're
man
Cheppy.
dragon.
We've Cheppy.
Hi.
It's different.
You know, true story. When I went to go, I might have told this story already. I'm very tired. But when I was doing background research, it's like, what dragons am I descended from, or whatever? Like, is there someone in the existing lore? Let me check the list of Earth dragons. And there's only 2 dragons listed as Earth dragons formally. Loptus
Yeah.
and what's the other one?
Medius.
Medius or Medius.
Medius.
There's Bolzark. Does he count? Isn't he a Earth dragon?
It didn't list him
He's like a
specifically yet.
minor.
There's a bunch of
boss.
miscellaneous ones, and then Grima's technically a dark dragon, which is something.
Different.
But it's like, gee, what's the like family tree of like a group of Earth dragons look like? And
What's
it's
the,
like the best
genealogy?
yeah,
Oh my
and
god.
and every Fire Emblem wiki was like, best I can do is one of the two is you being the son of one of the 2 big bads. So I was like, okay, so it's gonna remain nebulous until it isn't.
A nebulous
I'll
boy.
let Sam
Is it-
fill out the world with Earth Dragon OCs or something. I don't know.
Is not the bit that the reason why, like, the Earth Dragons were the ones that decided not to put their self into dragon stones, and so yeah, they're all evil because they all went kind of
They all
insane.
went crazy.
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 This is me like just going deep into like seeing what Kaga's notes were and making assumptions. I always assumed that if there was any other Earth Dragon on Jugdral before Loptos, I assumed it would have been like the considered Earth Goddess. That's
maybe.
like vaguely mentioned.
Earth goddess.
Oh.
Ethnia. Which is several characters technically in the story their names reference the goddess Ethnia.
Hold on. I'm like blanking on that completely. 1 second. Let me look at
Sam is
I
rewriting
was just,
the plot
you're like
as
the Earth Goddess, and I was like, Milla?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Valentia. And apparently, for some
It's
reason,
a
despite her
background
being
character.
the Earth Mother and an Earth
Oh.
Goddess, she's a divine dragon, apparently.
Oh, Milla is a divine dragon for sure.
I'm just getting, as far as Ethnia results are, I'm just getting the
Oh, yeah, the technically Tailtooth
yeah, it tells you his
and
mom
Bloom's
or whatever.
sister.
Huh.
I remember seeing
Oh,
it somewhere
oh,
as a
there's a
comparison
little-
with
nope.
you
There's a trivia note in the other Ethnia's page. When crossing the Great River Thracia, Leaf mentions Ethnia as being the Earth Goddess of Jugdral.
do.
One
Yeah.
other character
At least one other character in the Jugdral games bears the same name. Huh.
is an important historical figure. Okay, yeah.
Sam, you and I are going to make that very relevant. We will discuss later.
Oh, I see.
Yay!
Okay.
I'm so happy.
Okay.
Oh, we're gonna
yes,
make-
just DM
we're
me
going to
if
pull-
you have any info.
we're
you'd
going
like
to
me
pull
know.
the. Thank you for pointing out that there is maybe an Earth Dragon or something that's not just one of the supervillains.
Yeah,
Cool,
no problem.
I'll take it.
Jeppy's gonna take this. He's gonna run for the hills with it.
Enjoy.
Oh, yeah.
I always love having I always love for at least for Fire Emblem OCs, you find the most vague trivia imaginable and then you just expand on it and it's fun.
Mhm.
All right. All right. You guys did it. You recruited your first NPC. Who will say whether she's a temporary one or a
Our first NPC?
Okay, your first new NPC since the first 3 losers you found on the side of the road.
I'm still
are
banking
losers.
on that. I'm still banking on that one mage that Octavia was flirting with, just coming back as like a proverbial Joshua
Oh, what's
sort
his
of
name
character,
again?
like the
God, I don't
Wait,
remember
I
his
have
name.
his name. I have his name. Let me
I had it
look
written
up
down.
his
I
name.
have it written down as well. I just do not have that map's information open at all.
Let me just look at it because I wrote it down specifically
Starts with
in
like an
case we
E. It starts with
encounter.
an E. Is it like Eric? No, it wasn't something that.
No, it's
normal.
not
Was
Eric,
it an
it's-
Inu or something?
Eno. It was Eno.
Yeah, Eno.
Eno. Who can
Yeah,
say whether Eno will make a reappearance?
I want him to come back and be like the unit you have to recruit from the enemy team. I want that. If we get him, he will be my regular adoptee. He will.
Your bestie?
Yeah. What?
Your bestie?
Well, yeah. Everyone else has a regular NPC they play. I quite like the idea of playing the world's dirtiest dragon and some dude who we talked out of being, a cultist.
As far as NPCs go,
Men
I'll
with
say
problems.
this now. A lot of them can swing either way, whether they'll be permanent party members or temporary party members. It all depends on what you do, what you say, and what they want to do, because they all have their own personal goals. So if we do
Ooh.
ever get to the position where there's 5 NPCs and we have to do a little shuffling, I'm excited to see who gets put in the box.
Oh
we,
god,
to-
you
but
can
to
only
clarify,
have 8 people at a time on a map.
Yep.
Looking
No.
at everyone and like all the NPCs Sam has hidden behind her back, and I'm rubbing my hands together. You're all coming with me.
So, but the point is, we do have the Pokemon box.
You do
Yes,
have a
we do have the
Pokemon box.
Pokemon.
Okay, it's not gonna be a Pokemon box. It's gonna be you leave them in a specific location. That location, there is a very specific location in your future where you can leave NPCs.
Oh
Hello?
god, we got our own version of the like time anomaly chasm from Fate.
No, it's like a place. It's a normal place. I'm not gonna let you put Amalthea in the baby microwave. She's gonna come out like 40 with a
God.
drinking
Oh
problem.
my god, if
No.
someone even suggested that, I think Valente would kill them.
I did
God,
not
no,
say.
no.
I did not say Amalthea. I did not say that.
You put Gare in the Fates
The
baby
baby
microwave, and he
realms?
comes out 95 with like a hernia.
Oh no.
No. I wasn't thinking. Actually, I was thinking it'd be quite funny if we put Gottfried in there, and then he came out, and he's like the what? Is it Goto or whatever?
The
Like
Goto old man.
It turns out that we put him in the baby chamber, and he comes out like just the stealth last minute old man.
He just
over-
shows up at the
like,
last minute.
like,
He's
in the-
a force
the last-
recruit.
In the final fight, Gottfried, like long flowing gray beard and hair over his shoulders, shows up with a staff like
Godfrey!
Gandalf.
Yeah.
Gandalf with like a gun, and is like,
Gandalf,
back,
but he's
Gandalf
got a
the
gun.
"I'm back,
With
bitches!
the
You
gun.
missed me. I was the old man all along."
Oh god.
Oh,
Yeah, there's no
This
baby
is-
microwave. If you leave an NPC in a location, when you come back, they will be pretty much as old as you left them there for. Unless this campaign takes us 10 years.
Oh my god.
Good
Shout out
lord.
to our one viewer right now that's just listening to us go off like crazy people for
Yeah.
This is
Like,
the
half an
session
hour.
post mortem. It's very important to the game design process.
it is so important.
It's so important to complain. All right. Does anyone else have any last comments, questions, or concerns before we wrap
Who
this
is
up?
Gare?
He's a guy. What do you want from me? Ask him.
Just a dude.
He's
Just a guy.
dude.
You can ask him. Not now.
I've tried.
He doesn't exist until next Wednesday. But
Oh, we
God,
put him
me
in the
too.
baby microwave. He's gone. He's out of reality.
No!
I put
No,
him
we
back
didn't
in
put
my
him in the
brain. He
baby
doesn't
microwave.
exist.
F.
Yes. I look forward to seeing you confront Gare about questions he's probably not going to answer. So, have fun
Oh
with
yeah,
that.
not even a little bit.
All right. I think we're good for tonight. Thank you all very much for coming. I hope you like Lethair. I hope you had a fun session. I hope we all have good combat next week.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, Cheppy, Annika's in the chat. Hi, Annika!
Oh shit.
Sorry,
really?
my
Hi.
Oh my
Just
god.
message.
Hi, Annika.
Hi, Annika! Alright.
Oh shit.
But
Hi
anyways,
there.
me and Andrew are gonna go bother Annika in a different voice chat. So we'll catch you all
Okay.
later. Thank you in the future if you're watching this on YouTube. And good night, everyone.
Night.
Later.
Bye.